Yo, dudes, guess what we got going on? It's Colin back inside Cycling World, guys. Dudes, Echelon Racing League, we're back. It's race weekend number 2. Don't forget, guys, this is put on by Echelon Racing Productions, USA Cycling, and my bro, Damon, way over in the UK with ZMS eSports Studio. I can't do this without Damon, guys. You would get nothing if Damon wasn't in the background tweaking the dials, pushing the levels up and down, making me look presentable. I don't want to say good because that's not me, guys. Also presented by Stages Cycling, Science and Sport, and obviously Training. What a beast. Today, guys, we're back inside. We're inside. We're on the Training Peaks virtual platform. I don't even want to call it a simulation. I mean, it's so real. Everything feels so good on Training Peaks. The road gradients, the feel of the road. Don't forget the winds, the hills. Perfect simulation, guys. So this is race weekend number 2. Tour of the Gila. Guys, 2.2 level race in the US. Go look it up. You'll find the website. Jump on Pro Cycling Stats. I'm on there all the time, guys. Tour of the Gila is a 2.2 race, professional series race, mostly raced, I think, by all continental level teams. Yeah, it'd be all continental level teams there. Like you might have called them Conti Pro in the past, or Pro Conti, whatever you called it. But definitely professional level race team. They were over in Europe racing. Yeah, that's right. I think they raced Volta e Portugal, which looks like an incredible race, and that race needs coverage. That race needs coverage for sure, guys. So, dudes, yesterday, individual team time trial. Guys, I can hear myself over here. Just turning myself down. I've got myself actually through my headphones, but my hearing is like the world's best hearing. Everything else is falling apart, but my hearing is just tight. Yeah, so time trial yesterday. What did they call it? It wasn't Silver City. So we got the time trial on Friday. A, Bs, and Cs would have raced yesterday. We do have some coverage of that coming up later. Today we have the Cs and Bs. They're already on course. They're already out there, guys. We have a brutal stage coming up. I think they call this the Gila Monster. 73.6 kilometers long with close to 1,100 meters of climbing. It's nasty, guys. And I just saw some of the race coverage here. Got a sneak peek through Damon. Showed me a sneak peek of the Bs and Cs. They're already out there battling this course, guys. And from what I saw, all that climbing, a lot of it back end weighted. So you're 45 kilometers into your route, and then you got a 1,000-meter climb ahead of you. Fun. So, dudes, it's going to be an absolute blast out there today. Here we go, dudes. Here's some of the course here right now. Yep, you can see here we start in the southeast, heading in a northwesterly direction. See Hendricks Pass over on the side there. Kelly, what is that? Kelly Maida? I wonder what that is. Looping around, heading more southerly back to Pinos Altos, I believe that's what it is. But some serious climbing, guys. Serious climbing, back end weighted. You can see it on the profile on the bottom. Climbing really doesn't start until kilometer 45, and it's quite the climb too. I think it was Lisa Bratz. She mentioned in the Discord she's actually done the course before, and she said her definition, it's a monster of a climb. You can see here you're basically climbing outside of one small part in the middle. Guys, I'm just going to round it up. Let's call it a 15-kilometer climb. Now, the majority of it's at the beginning of that. Let's say the beginning 5 kilometers. It's going to be quite steep. It's going to back off a little bit. Then you're going to climb. You can actually go down for a little bit from, say, kilometer 55 to 57, and then another couple of kilometers of climbing before you actually have a nice descent, and then a little bit of a kick at the end. The last 4 kilometers looks like it's all uphill. But gradients don't look too bad there. This is going to be a tiring day for these guys. Dudes, you're going to definitely earn your pizza today. Like when you do this, you can eat an entire pizza by yourself. That's just something I would do. Usually what I do when I have pizza at home, I save maybe 2 pieces for Joey Jojo, sometimes 1. That's all she gets. I have the other 6 to 8 to 7 pieces, and I feel good about it after burning all these calories. Haven't been on the bike yet today, guys. Will be on soon. If you saw me earlier, did a quick jersey change here. Just threw on the yellow. Again, something I'll never wear in real life. Zeosex is here. Dude, welcome back, man. This is going to be a tough ride. So what we've done here, guys, Damon's coordinated all this for me because I'm like, dude, I don't know how I'm doing this week. I'm like, how am I going to do the B's and C's and the A's? So what Damon did, ZMS Sport Studios, guys, ZMS eSports Studios, he's got everything running. He's got the horsepower there. He's got the know-how and the knowledge. I just talk. And the B's and C's are out there. We're going to be able to cover the B's and the C's as the A's start. So we're going to really launch into the A's, and then we'll be able to bounce back and forward to the B's and the C's as we're out there. So guys, we did the one-day classics. That was two legs bad and coast and roast. We already did that on the first and the second. This weekend, it's 3 days. TT on Friday. They've already done it. We got some coverage. Today is Gila Monster. Tomorrow's the Silver City Criterium. And dudes, I was on Pro Cycling Stats this morning. I looked up the Tour Gila. I think it was, is it Ryan Stites? I think that's his name. Stitees. I don't think he rides for Echelon anymore, but he won the Tour Gila, I believe, in 2024. And the Silver City Crit, that's a real deal. That is a real race course. You're riding on the real deal race course today. Yeah, dude. Zeosex. Good to catch you this morning. Dude, great to have you here, man. Great to have you here. So, dude, I've already done some streaming this morning. I was telling Damon I've already streamed for about 2 hours and 45 minutes this morning. Cyclocross coverage from Belgium. So I did that this morning, guys. I think we're going to be shooting off here soon. In the A category, guys, it's going to be a little bit thinned out today, but the good thing is, I bet you these riders are going to want to stay together. Let's see who we've got here today, guys. Adam Carr, Martin Coffey, Luke Elphinstone, and Will Harden here. Now, I did see some footage of these guys in the TT yesterday. Let's see what they're going to do here today, guys. This is a long one. This is going to be tough for me, tough for Damon, even tougher for the riders. Even tougher for the riders, guys. Training Peaks virtual banners on the side of the road, guys. So, dudes, if you've never been on Training Peaks virtual, or maybe you have and you haven't done a GPX route, you can create them on here. We've got Adam Carr on camera right now. Hey, Adam, good to see you out there smashing the watts right now. Adam's in his green jersey he's got on right now. Looks like he's got the bibs. He's got the pull-down bibs look, I think. Pull-down bibs look. Sometimes they're a little bit tight on your shoulders on longer rides. I get it. So we've only got Adam on camera today. Dudes, some of the A riders not here. They're busy. Mr. Hayden Pucker is away busy at the moment. So is Jackie. Jackie Godby is away busy at the moment. Racing for eSports championships. So, dudes, here we are. B's and C's. We got the B's and C's going as well. You can see here that, okay, that's good. The C riders here, 48 kilometers in. Leading the way is Wendell Egelhoff. We've got Andrew Billing, John Slaughter, Lisa Bratz. Hey, Lisa. Lisa's in the Training Peaks virtual Discord. I've chatted with her in there just briefly. We've got also Thomas and Dominic. Guys, they're getting up so high here on the climb, it's starting to snow. So we had rain down below, snowing upon. I love the active weather here, guys. Bouncing back to Andrew Billing. Andrew's at 47.7 kilometers. I don't think he's that far behind Wendell. I think they're pretty close. They currently climbed, at this point, 570 meters roughly. John Slaughter here, and I can see a rider just behind him. It looks like Lisa Bratz is right behind him. Here's Lisa. Love giving a special spotlight to the people that jump into the chat with me and tell me about the race experience. So, hey, Lisa, great to have you here. So I think Lisa actually said she reconned this entire course as well. It's a beast. I think she said it's like a 2.5 hour route. So, yeah, she put in the time. Jennifer Slaughter here. Wow, these riders are actually really close together here. Everyone's sticking pretty close together, it looks like. So we've got Jennifer Slaughter here. Slaughter, not Slaughter. She's at just under 47 kilometers, 46.9 kilometers. Sorry, guys, just bumped the mic with my face there. A little bit of pop in here. This will happen, guys. This rider looks like they started very, very late. Yep, little pop in there. Guys, that's normal. That happens all the time on these. It takes a while. Especially, I find, and this is not just Training Peaks, when you jump a long way, which is kind of weird. When you jump a long way, like physical road distance. So if one rider's 10K up the road, this rider is almost half, 25 kilometers behind the front riders. So just on a different pace, or started later, I mean. This is going to be a huge effort for Dominic here. Let's cheer for Dominic Rosetto. Dominic Rosetto is on the first climb of the day. Riding right now. Yeah, more of a Zone 2 ride, I would say. Zone 2 ride here for Dominic in Category C. So this is a huge effort. Guys, you know what? I think this ride would kill me today. So I'll be riding later. I'm definitely not looking for something like this, because this is a big effort. This is the kind of ride when you do it. And good for Dominic here, almost cresting that first peak. This is going to be a Herculean effort for Dominic out there today. Jumping over to the Cat B category, guys. Okay, yep. We're in the full winter wonderland now, guys. At the top of the Gila monster. 3 riders up front here. We've got Tristan. Looks like Wesley and Joe. Joe's back. Is that Joe? Yeah, I think that's Joe. Joe is back. I think Joe had trouble. That's Joe Meyer, I believe. Guys, just so you know, the leaderboard is all white letters. We're on a white background right now, so it's making it very difficult for me. But I believe that's Joe Meyer of Joe's Guitar Shop. There, I think it was Joe, yeah. And then we got Tristan Knight there. 3 riders at the front. And one of these riders is showing up, it looks like a female avatar. So they just might have selected the wrong avatar. I'm not sure if we have mixed classes here or not, which I think would be a great idea. Just put the men and women together in these classes. Why not? Very, very strong women out there riding who can handle the men any day of the week, guys. So this is our B category here, guys, pushing close to 300 watts there. Backing off at times. They're hitting like some shallower gradients here. 3% gradient at the moment. And who do we got here? Morgan Owens. So Morgan Owens, US rider here, cruising along solo right now. You can see the, if you look closely on the screen, you'll actually see the wind indicators, which way the wind's coming from. It's coming from right now. You can see it on screen. I can see the direction though. It's coming from the right-hand side of the rider's shoulder. So the left-hand side of the screen that you're looking at, it's coming across this rider's shoulder. So a little bit of a crosswind here. Riding the TT bike, for all these races, guys, all the bikes should be neutralized. So not going to be a disadvantage for riding a heavier TT bike. It's way more aero, but it is heavier, would hurt you on the climbs. All these bikes should be neutralized as far as I know. So we've got Morgan here. Currently riding at 22K an hour. We're going to bounce back here to Jonathan Matthews. I think I remember Jonathan's name from last weekend. Oh, he's got another rider with him. Got another rider with him right here. So nice to have someone to ride with, especially on these longer routes. 52Ks in right now. This is Brent Sansenik. Brent, I hope you tightened up your cleats. His pedals. Guys, you know the tension on the back of your pedals? That little Allen key thing. Well, Brent unleashed such a powerful sprint last weekend in B category. Well, 2 weekends ago, I should say. I'll just call it last weekend. That going into the finish line in Georgetown, we were downtown Georgetown. He was in the lead, passing Joe Meyer, ripped his foot out of the pedal. I was like, he's had a mechanical, he's dropped his chain. No, he ripped his foot out of the pedal and got passed by, I think, 4, maybe 5 riders in the last 150 meters. So hopefully Brent has got those pedals real tight on the back. Dude, I like to keep mine as tight as possible because inside, you don't really have to worry about ever putting your foot down, right? If you do have to put your foot down, you're okay. You're on your trainer. You don't tip over. So just make those babies so tight. Guys, just so you know, the cleats on these shoes, I guess it depends what kind of shoes they use. I'm always Shimano guy. They have different levels of float. So it will allow your knee to wobble around a little bit more if you need it. Some guys have a lot of float, so they can actually, their foot will move more like that on the pedal. And I think that's generally when that happens. So you can increase the tension on the springs on the back, making it harder to pop out. And also this, I think, can kind of, maybe exacerbate the issue. I ride some that I don't want any movement. I want my foot locked in, tight, no float on the cleat whatsoever. Yeah, you can buy different ones. If you've ever looked at people's cycling shoes, you'll see some have red cleats. Let's say Shimano anyways. Some have red cleats, a lot of yellows, and I think the 0 degree float is either gray or black. There we go. Yes, dude. Zao Sex here in my chat. I go as tight as possible and 0 float outside. Oh, dude, brave man. Brave man. But I would too. I would too. Dude, I don't want my foot slopping around. It feels like I'm losing watts. It feels like if my foot's moving around at all, I don't feel like I'm getting everything into the pedals. I want everything I can do, the solid less than 3 watts per kilo that Colin does. I want it all going to the road. I don't want it being wasted in pedal slop. Yeah, Zyocrates. Yeah, dude, I like Zyocrates better. I think I like Zyocrates better. Zyocrates. Adam Carr on screen here in the A category, guys. Currently 6 kilometers in, out of the saddle, climbing already. Guys, you'll find too that a lot of these riders come from different backgrounds. You will find riders that come from a purely road background. Okay, so I guess what I'm going to try to say is lots of riders come from an outside background. There's riders now that only ride inside. I'm one of them. A common way to ride inside is out of the saddle all the way. You basically ride at a lower cadence, and you can see here Adam's doing it right now, riding in 53, 54 cadence, able to generate big power over 300 watts. I can tell Adam looks like a pretty lean and mean dude, so he's putting out big watts per kilo here. Using, guys, this is the standard for inside cycling. It's standing out of the saddle, lower cadence, big watts. Okay, so just yeah, Zyocrates saying love the locked in feeling, especially with the sprints. Dude, me too. Yeah, dude, I want to be locked in. Also saying same. YouTube turned us back to our @ handles. Oh, okay, dude, got you. Okay, that's why I did that. And Steven Cycles, Steven, dude, this climb looks like a belter. Oh yeah, so dude, today I'm riding a GPX route that Steven Cycle sent me from Scotland, so I'll be doing that later today. It's about 40k, only 300 meters of climbing, so you know, just barely half of this route, a quarter of the climbing, and I'm already thinking, oh, wow, that's going to be kind of a harder one today. So it just tells me what these riders are going through here. Joe Meyer on screen right now in the blue jersey here. It's got the long hair. Oh, it was the long hair look that threw me off there before. In the Training Peaks virtual jersey. And they're still climbing, guys. So they've dropped down now. This is the big climb of the day. And I think they actually call this the Gila Monster. That's what the route's called. This looks like a monster. So pretty decent climb here. I did look at one rider we saw earlier in C category. When they were getting to the top of the first climb, that's about kilometer 25 in, there was one rider that started late, or who's quite a ways back. They'd only covered 300 meters. So basically, you've got almost 900 meters in the back end of this route, with probably a real good chunk of it, probably 700 meters of it, in this 15-kilometer climb right here, is my guess. I should have pulled up something on one of the climbing applications there. You can see the road going off into the distance, and there it is behind us, guys. So, loving this, dudes. Loving this. Guys, still lots of chance to jump into the Echelon Racing League. You can still sign up for it. Ride with some really strong riders here. So nice to see and be that we have 2, 4, 6, 8. I think we got about 9 riders there. Mostly the Americans are coming out to play, guys. So you other countries, come on, man. Come represent. Get out your... Oh, that's right. The US EMS team is here. MES? US MES? Is that right? Yeah. United States Military eSports. Very big team. You'll find them on all the platforms, I believe. I think I know one of their members themselves that rides with me a little bit. Real strong rider. Guys, 5th cup of coffee today. Big ones, too. There will be nature breaks on this ride. There will be nature breaks. That's a ride allowed. Number one rule is do not attack Colin. That's me when I'm on a nature break. Can't do that. You have to hold back. You know, I'm wearing the yellow jersey, so you have to give me a little bit of replay here. Slow-mo, guys. Got the slow-mo replays here. Look how nice it looks. It's got that vintagey, old-timey look here. I love it. This would have been earlier on, guys. This is around kilometer 8 of the race. Just on this false flatty section, 1% gradient. Back here, we're going to see the multi-camera look. Cat C, Cat B, and the Cat A's up front, guys. Category C right now, front runner is at 52 kilometers. Is that 52? Yeah, it looks like 50. No, 62. Am I right about that? And then the B's are at, no, that'd be 52. The B's are at 58, I think. And the A's are, actually the A's are moving along quite nicely, aren't they? So the B's right here at 58 kilometers. Okay, so I was seeing the right guys, just my eyes are crappy. My eyes are terrible. Hearing, oh man, it's like an owl. My hearing is like an owl. Is that, do owls have good hearing? Did I just make that up? I might have made that up. Joe Meyer, let's go, dude. Unfortunately, couldn't get logged in. I think it was for, was it race number 2? Yeah, race number 2 on the second weekend, I believe. He struggled the whole time, so I'm glad that's been resolved. I don't know if that was an access code issue or what it was, but thankfully it's been figured out, and hopefully it won't affect Joe too much down the road here. 3 riders together here. This is in the B's, guys. So they've been going for an hour and 39 minutes already. Right about now, I'd be pretty wiped. But, you know, looking at this here now, I could finish this. I'm not saying I do very well. They've only got about 300 meters of climbing still to do. So they're almost getting to the top of the big beast. There's going to be 2 more bumps before the end. There's going to be a descent, a little kick up, and then our final climb to the finish of the Gila Monster. 8% gradient here, dudes. And this 8 is legit. This 8% legit stuff over here on Training Peaks. There's nothing dialed down here, guys. 10%. So you're going to be feeling exactly what this road is here. There's probably a way, is there a way on Training Peaks where you can set your trainer difficulty, which doesn't dumb down the climb. When I say dumb down, I mean turn it down. So, you know, if they're saying it's a 10%, they might only be sending you a 3 or a 4 or 5. It's going to be a 10. You're going to feel it, and you're going to feel it hard in your legs. This might be a good move in the race here right now. I think Joe's seen the opportunity here to get over this climb first. As the other riders are possibly getting tired out, use the gravity and the descent to get away. That's what I'd be kind of thinking here. Instead of going up into a 3-up sprint in the finish, these dudes have been together for a long time here. I'm sure they've been riding together all the way. Might be time to say goodbye to each other's. You know, like, you can only be frenemies for so long. Best bros until you're not. Best bros until you're not. That's our B's, guys. They're going to be the first group done today. Then we'll have the C's followed up with the A's. And we will be bouncing around. We do have some coverage later coming for the the time trial, individual time trial. Guys, I love a team time trial so much. That's why I said that out loud there. Coming back to the Tour de France next year, there is a team time trial at the prologue. Are we going to call it a prologue? Do we call it a prologue anymore? I don't think they do. I think it's just always stage 1 now. Next year's Tour de France 2026, starting in Barcelona. The return of the team time trial. So that's coming up next year. Obviously, that's like counting down the days of Christmas to me. Guys, putting out good numbers here. Over the top now, guys. A little bit of flat section here. Actually, still climbing a bit. 3% here. A little false flat. Again, I've rode this, guys. These kind of climbs on Training Peaks. It feels hard. Trust me. Trust me here. Big numbers going over the top there. And then backing off. So everyone's ready for the descent. So they're all going to be descending together here. So probably no one can get away from each other now. We're up in the snow fields here. I can see in the distance, I can see green way far over there. That's where we must be coming down out of the snow line. Feels like I'm at home here. Up in the mountains, the Rocky Mountains, guys. That's where I live, nearby. Wesley's on the front, followed by Joe Meyer. And it's Tristan Knight here. Did we see Tristan before? I'm not sure if we have. Bouncing back to Morgan Owens. Morgan's very close to the top too. It's just a couple of bends and Morgan's right at the top. It's going to swing around to the back to the right, and then they come down after a left-hand corner there. Wind's coming over his... Actually, yeah, it's over his left shoulder right now. So he's going to be getting a little bit of a push here from the side. You can see in the top corner there, it's showing the direction of the wind and the wind speed, 14 km an hour, which is actually quite strong on here. I was telling some friends, and actually I think I might have just told Steven Cycles here that's in the chat right now, even a 4 or 5 km/h wind on training peaks, you're going to feel it. If you jump into the velodrome, which, you know, is a pretty controlled environment, you're not going up and down hills, the wind's going to be pretty consistent from one direction. Jump on and just ride the same amount of power. Front straight, back straight, front straight, back straight. Now, depending who's on course with you, but let's say there's no one there. I saw my speeds like at 36 km an hour, down to 35 an hour. On the high end, 39 km an hour, just on the backstretch with the wind and possibly a rider ahead of me giving me a bit more draft. And that was only in a 4 km an hour wind. It makes a big difference to the racing here. Back to Jonathan Matthews here. Jonathan is almost at the top as well. So we do actually have 5 riders quite close together here. Very close. I mean, anything could happen with these dudes here. We got 3 up front. We got a rider. We got Morgan just up the road. Morgan's probably just over the top now. Then we got Jonathan Matthews. Brent will be our next rider up. It looks like Brent is, I think that's 50-something seconds back. So 35 seconds back, guys. So Brent's in the guts of the climb right now, just wrapping up. There is a bit of a steep section right before the top. It's gone quiet back at home, you guys. Joey Jojo was awake. Whatever, doing her thing. And now she's back to bed. So Colin's going to be solo again, guys. Solo broadcast here. Tomorrow, dudes, I'm doing more cyclocross coverage. If you want to check that out, that's going to be... Where are we tomorrow? I think it's a place called Ham. Hamme. I believe it's in Belgium, I think. Could be the Netherlands, I'm not sure. But yeah, dude, I'm really enjoying the cyclocross. Incredible race today in Merckxplas. I just want to recap that quickly for you guys here. The guy that won it, I won't even say his name, had a horrendous start to the race. Let's just see what happened to him. I'm not going to say his name because I want you to go watch it somewhere later today. Maybe you got a subscription and you can watch it. The beginning of the race, he found himself 10-15 riders back. Then I noticed on his shoes, guys, I'm looking at all the details. His BOA tightener on his shoe was hanging off. At the same time, he crashed into one of the barriers. Got back on, and then later on I saw him running his bike where no one else is running their bikes with his chain off. Just a horrendous race. That guy won the race. That guy put it back together and he won the race. Over the top, Brent sending, guys. Brent is over the top now. Back to the category C, guys. Here's Wendell Engelhoff. Engelhoff here. Okay, just coming out of that little bit of descent. You can see in the distance here, we popped over a hill. We cruised downhill. Now starting to climb up the other side, 4% gradient here. So great job by Wendell here. And it looks like the next rider is quite a ways back. Wendell here is at kilometer 56.8 right now, climbed 819 meters. Bouncing back, next rider, Andrew Billing, is 2.7 kilometers back at the moment. Looks like it's probably 3 minutes, something like that, 4 minutes. But definitely, yeah, upwards of 3 kilometers behind Wendell. So Wendell's got a really nice leader. Lisa Bratz looking good here, 53.8 kilometers. So between Lisa and Andrew, I think there's only maybe 300 or 400 meters at this point. I think that's what I'm seeing there. So Lisa's just coming over the top of the first part of the climb, bouncing back again to John Slaught at 53.9. And you can see Lisa in the distance there. Take a look, guys. You can see Lisa just up in the distance there. Yeah, there we go. You just see Lisa disappearing. So John Slaughter has got a target to chase after. I think these riders, there's 4 or 5 riders at the back here that are all very close together on the road. So nice job by John here. He's got his heart rate nice and under control here. Dude, my heart rate would not be 139 beats for climbing that thing. Wendell back to the front at 57.2 kilometers. Started the back half of the climb here. So it's kind of a climb in two. It's a bit laddery and, a bit steppy in the middle. So it's steep like a wall, and then it steps. From kilometer 50 to kilometer, say, 54, there's almost like 3 steps you got to do. There's a flat section, a step, a flat section, a step, a flat section, and a final step before you descend up to the final kind of more gradual climb that does steepen up to 10% in the back end. And it looks like Wendell's going to be getting into some of that steeper stuff here pretty quick here. He's at 57.5 kilometers. The climb is basically over by, let's say, kilometer 59. Right around kilometer 58.5, he will be encountering some of that tougher stuff. Boom, folks, boom. So, guys, don't forget, you can join the Echelon Racing League at any point, guys. Just jump in. Hopefully you can check out the videos and see what's going on. I know not everyone is fully inside yet. Some of you folks in Europe and in North America have great riding weather still. Adam Carr out here. Adam's our only cam guy today. Adam's doing so. He's not standing anymore. So let me just see. Adam's at 15.1 kilometers. Okay, we'll scroll down through you guys, and we'll figure out who's where. Adam's at 15.1 kilometers. Nice. And so he's already got his lead here over Will, Luke, and Martin Coffey here. Okay. Yeah, looks like... Okay, Adam rides for next. Some of the guys here have their team names. These 3 riders are about 14.8 Ks in. Probably going to try to stick together all the way, I think. Moving along here at 33 kilometers an hour. It even tells you how far the finish line is here. It's telling them right up here, you've got 58.6 kilometers still to go. They're just like, oh. Plus, we got some nice lumpy climbing in between, guys. Looks like we're a minute. It looks like Adam's got a minute gap, and I think Adam was doing that early in the race. Remember when we showed him earlier? He was just doing the old out of the saddle, grind, 50 to 60 RPM, power mode cycling, and that's very common in esports cycling, guys. Very common. At times, I think they're 2 different sports, inside cycling and outside cycling, because there's a lot of different variables going on. Inside is all about just being a massive engine. You don't really have to worry about aerodynamics. That's why you can stand out of the saddle and pedal like that for so long. It's very, very common. You'll see it at the highest, most elite end of virtual cycling, standing out of the saddle for long periods of times. Guys, I never stand out of the saddle. Never. And I have seen, and guys, I'm nowhere near this ability. I just don't stand out of the saddle. I just don't. I like to just drop the cadence and just push some more power. That's what I do. I have seen riders online, and some of these riders are some of the most elite riders. One good example I can think of is Freddie Ovett. I watched him at a series last year, and on the climbs, didn't stand. Didn't stand at all. Just rode to the top all the way, saved his legs for the sprint. Can't remember how he did there. And actually, that was Neil that did well. I think his name was Neil Fryatt. He won that one. But yeah, just different styles. Some guys are like will preach that you have to stand. I don't really believe that. I think if you're strong enough, you just sit and push the power. It's whatever you feel comfortable with, guys. Whatever you feel comfortable doing. It's your platform. It's your training session. Just ride how you want to ride. That's what I do. And I don't feel comfortable standing out of the saddle. Some of that's my trainer. There's a little bit of movement in my trainer built in the back end. And I don't like it. I like to be, like, again, locked in. I always feel like I'm going to flip over backwards or something. I better start learning how to do it. This out of the saddle, 55, 60 RPMs. You're not going to find me riding at a 90 RPM average. I think my ride yesterday was it yesterday or the day before. Oh, Paso Gardena. I think my average is in the 60s. Little replay here. We got our 3 riders doing their thing. This is 2nd, 3rd, and 4th place here in the B category. Joe Meyer, Tristan Knight, and Morgan Owens. Is that? Nope. Morgan Owens is behind there. Okay. Just picked the wrong rider there. Wesley, Joe, and Tristan here. Morgan is 2 minutes back right now. B category looks quite racy, guys. Bombing down now and getting back more into, we're below the snow line now that you can see here. So dudes, just don't forget here too, this is a GPX created route. So if you're a Training Peaks virtual user, premium account, you can create your own GPX routes inside of Training Peaks virtual. So routes from anywhere in the world, you can do them. And they'll be all populated with all of the elevation changes. So that's what we've done here. This is a real world course, Training Peaks Virtual Gila Monster from the Tour of the Gila, which happens every year. It's a race that runs, I think it's in April. Again, I said earlier, it's a 2.2 level race. You can see here two dudes, they are over 70 kilometers now. They just hit 70 kilometers on the front here. This is Wesley Bickler on the front, just over 70 kilometers here, entering the final climb now. Now this one's kind of got like a little bit of a step in the middle. It's going to start out 5-6%. It's going to level off completely, it looks like. Yeah, it might get down to almost 1% gradient. And then it kicks again. Where are you going to attack, boys? Where are you going off? Currently climbed 977 meters. So it'll be interesting to watch how the B's and the C's do it as to how the A's take it on. So these 3 are sticking together. No one's putting in any early attacks. Although I'm noticing here, Wesley Bickler is pushing some nice numbers here. 340 watts right now, trying to drop these guys off his wheel. A little bit of a gap opening up now to Tristan Knight and Joe Meyer. Yeah, nice power here by Wesley Bickler. Still 330 watts, pushing 81 RPMs. False flatty here. You should be able to get some nice power up these gentle slopes here. You've got just a little bit of resistance to push against, but it's not a leg breaker. These guys know here too. They're very, very close to the finish now. Less than 4 kilometers to go, and there's a bit of a gap here. Watch the turns, guys, for that wind. The wind could really hurt here too. So if you can kind of figure out the turns that are ahead of you with the direction of the winds, you can kind of attack. Looks like these two just dragged themselves right back. They did. They dragged themselves right back. And Tristan Knight goes right on by. Tristan Knight goes by. Wesley reacts. Joe Meyer's there. They're all going to be racing this hard, guys. We're going to be going into that flatter I was talking about right away. Flat section coming up right now, guys. It should drop down. It might even get to like almost 0% gradient. Now Wesley's finding himself off the back. Sorry, Wesley's at the front. It's Joe and then Tristan. Wesley on the front here right now, guys. We're looking at Joe Meyer right now. Joe looks like he was just changing gears. I saw power like, yeah, there might probably another gear change there. And back to Tristan. Ooh, Wesley's going hard again now, guys. Okay, so Tristan's having to react here. Guys, when you see those numbers dropping too, sometimes it's just how often the data is being picked up. Sometimes it's instantaneous, sometimes it's once every 3 seconds. I'm looking for ones where it looks like a gear change. Ooh, here we go. So on that section there, he did attack. They are attacking on, this is what I would have thought would have happened here. So Wesley's gone on the attack on that flat section, opened up a gap. Can he hold it? The 2 riders behind are carrying a little bit more speed right now, but he's got some distance on them right now. 350 watts here. Wesley Bickler. Come on! Let's go, dude. Nice 83 RPMs here. No guts, no glory, boys. No guts, no glory. We can see Joe Meyer and Tristan Knight chasing now. Nice little 3-up battle here, guys. Be a really nice finish. I think, guys, we are less than 2 kilometers to the finish now. It's only going to get steeper. That back end there, I think we're going to see some 7, 8, 9% here, which is going to be probably less than 500 meters to the finish. Woo! Here we go. These two dudes are going to have to work hard together if they want to bring them back, but they don't want to help each other too much. And it looks like they're doing it, guys. Looks like they're doing it right now. Slowly dialing them back. Tristan Knight's going right now, guys. 360 watts here. See the numbers drop down a lot? Probably switching gears. Switching gears. Obviously, you're not going to be pushing out full power as you're trying to move your chain around through the gears. If you are, you could drop a chain pretty easy there. That's where sometimes I think virtual shifting kind of throws it off to me. And guys, those red flares up the road there, you can see right now, that's saying 1 kilometer to go. 1 kilometer. Yeah. So that's a good something. I'm just thinking about that out loud. So if you're a virtual shifting owner, if you're a virtual shifting rider, do you have an advantage over someone that's using a mechanical chain? Probably, like, because you can just switch through gears, no problem. And attacks come, guys. Joe Myers moving up now, trying to get up to Wesley Bickler here. Wesley's on the front with 1 kilometer to go right at these banners. At the flares, I should say. There it is. Ooh, Joe's coming up fast now, guys. Joe will be getting some draft effect, and so will Tristan. So, guys, I hope I'm making sense there. So, when you're trying to put out power and you're switching, you kind of need to back off the power a little bit, right? It's kind of like driving a car. You got to push the clutch in, switch the gear. You kind of like back off for that 1 little millisecond. I think with virtual shifting, that's not even a thing. It's just like bang, 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 bang. So there's probably another advantage of using virtual shifting over purely mechanical drivetrain. Yeah, even if you were using electronic shifting, you have to be a little bit more careful. I think you can't be like stomping on the pedals as you want to like ease off a little bit here. I think we got a little turnaround loop at the end, so we're going to see these riders possibly riding back down a little bit too. Flying, guys, flying. We're less than 600 meters to go here. It's still Bickler on the front. Joe Meyer and Tristan have brought him back. Yeah, there we go. Numbers popping up, guys. Numbers popping up now. Just saw over 500 watts there for Joe Meyer. Gets on Wesley's wheel and is just going to wait it out. Just going to wait it out a little bit. Still under 500 meters to go now. When do they go? When's Joe going to react here? When is he going to decide? Oh, Wesley lights it up, guys. Wesley's going now. Wesley decides to go. Joe reacts. And we're back together. I think this is just a little bit of tactical positioning here, guys. I can see the banner now. Banner's coming up real quick, dudes. Coming up fast. Joe goes, but he doesn't want Wesley sitting on his wheel. We're still 250 out. They're going to be tired. They're going to hold a sprint till the very end here. They put in their digs. Let's go. Let's go, boys. 3-up sprint. Everyone's dialing it up now. And the sprint is on. Joe Meyer goes to the front. Wesley's out. Tristan is right there as well. Mano-a-mano battle here, guys. Tristan just pulling out of Joe. Joe's pushing 700 watts. Tristan just manages to squeak by him. Finishes maybe a half a second ahead. Third place to Wesley Bickler. Give it to Wesley for going early and trying to stay away all by himself. Here's the replay, guys. Big shout out to Tristan there. Getting over Joe's shoulder. He comes up on the left-hand side here. Ooh, this is nice. Joe Meyer was pushing 800 watts here, guys. Joe was pushing 800. Tristan's numbers, I'm not sure what they are right now, but obviously pushing some big power there, dudes, at the end. We'll end up finishing maybe 3 to 4 bike lengths ahead of Joe Meyer. Less than a second there, guys. Wesley Bickler went from a long ways out, rode solo, tried to hold him off, but still manages to retain third place there. Great job for those frenemies, guys. Pretty decent sprint there, guys. Fourth place on the road, we got Morgan Owens. And just going to have a little look here. Morgan Owens, Jonathan Matthews, Brent Sensenik. Then we've got Jason Drummond. Hey, Jason was here last week or 2 weeks ago. Last race weekend. 73 kilometers in right now. So finish line, you can see the banner now. So really finishing probably within a minute of those front guys, minute and a half. So really nice ride here by Morgan Owens, finishing nicely here. So guys, if you watch the power numbers fluctuating at the top, so 340, 450, he's putting the power down. If he changes gear, you're going to see it drop down to like 150, 160. There might have been a gear change there. We're dropped to 230. I know I flick around a lot. I'll have 1 or 2 gears I'm in and out of all the time. It's like my legs are saying, no, I can't push this anymore. I don't need to drop down 5 gears. It's just I need to back off 1 or 2 teeth on the back just to get my revs up a little bit. Once I feel good, I pop it right back into that gear. It's kind of like I'm in and out of each one 20, 30, 40 seconds at a time. So 370 watts, your nice finish for Morgan Owens here. There, he backed off the power there. He might be just cruising now. Yeah, just finishing up here. Nice job, Morgan. Nice job. 73.5Ks, it looks like, in the bank today, guys. That's some nicely earned pizza. You will see it again, guys. This is him just doing a little bit of a cool down here at the finish here, backing off altogether. Finishes 4th today. 4th out of 9 competitors here in the B category. That's the Bs finishing up, guys. That's the front end of the Bs. We got more Bs coming still. Jonathan Matthews next. Jonathan here in the yellow jersey, looking sharp, dude, just like this guy over here. Yellow jerseyed up. And there's that banner again. Nice finish here for Jonathan. Pushing hard, heart rate around 170. And this guy likes to spin a lot. This guy is doing the old spin to win. Jonathan here grinding it out, 95 RPMs. I saw it 100 RPMs here for a bit. Dude, there's no way I could do that. There's no way. Again, different styles of riding, guys. Different styles. So Jonathan obviously likes to push a slightly smaller gear and spin it more. I would be up 1 or 2 gears and spinning less. Just that's how I ride. And I think we're seeing lots of changes in that now. I think in the early 2000s, well, not early, but, Team Sky era, it was all spin to win. Probably started in the Lance era. The faster you spin, the faster you are, the better cyclist. That's starting to change. I'm seeing a lot more sitting now in the World Tour. Watch Poggy. A lot of times he attacks, he sits the whole way and just grinds the big gear. Just things change, guys. I think people get stuck in this mentality of this is the only way you can do it, and then you can do it different ways. 5th place there for Jonathan Matthews, I believe. Yeah, Jonathan will be getting 5th place there coming across the finish line here. Nice job, Jonathan. Great workout too. Great workout. That's a 2-hour effort inside, guys. That's a huge effort. And we'll have more dudes finishing right over. Brent Sansene coming next. Brent is not going to pull out of his shoes today or his pedals today. Oh, dude, I love your socks. Brent's got the nice black and white checkered socks on today, looking sharp. Brent will be getting 6th place here today. Average power, 246 watts. That's really nice, Brent. So, guys, average power, 246 watts for over 2 hours. It's really, really good riding. Really good riding. I think for Brent, that's probably well over 3 watts per kilo. I'm not sure exactly what Brent weighs. You can figure that all out, guys. It's simple math you can do in your heads. If you knew what they weighed, or you can vice versa, you can figure out their watts per kilo. Boom. Coffee sip, guys. Brent, you've earned your pizza. You have earned your pizza today. But don't forget, you're racing again tomorrow, dude. That's where you guys can't forget. They are all racing again tomorrow. So tomorrow is the Criterium course. I think it's the Silver City Criterium. I should look that up and see where that actually is, and see how it looks on the maps compared to what we're going to see on Training Peaks. I like doing that a lot too. So Brent Sensenig here will get 6th place overall in the B category. Just over 2 minutes, 2 hours and 7 minutes here for 74 kilometers roughly, and 1,068 meters of climbing. Good ride. Really good ride. Average power, 246 watts. And you know what I like to see too? I like to see the strong finishes. Brent's, slower RPMs here, then just dials her back at the end. He's like, I'm done. I'm done. Woo! Okay, 1 kilometer out here, guys. Here's the flares going off here. I like seeing this. This really helps me out doing these things. Jason Drummond. Positive, we saw Jason last race a weekend. Under a kilometer to go here. You can see the countdown here on the top left-hand side, guys. under the time. So top left-hand corner, don't worry about me. See that picture of me? Just forget about that. It doesn't even exist. You can see his time 2:08, distance covered, elevation climbed, current speed, and timed distance to go to the finish. That's his number one thing he's looking at right now. Watching it count down, and it can't count down fast enough in some of these races. I would say Jason here, probably more of a lightweight rider, just with the average power I'm seeing. 197 average watts, because he's really not finishing that far behind Brent. So maybe Brent is slightly heavier than I thought. They're going to finish within a minute of each other, but like if you look at their average powers, 50 watts difference in average power. Brent was averaging 246 watts, whereas Jason here is going to average 197 with only about 1 minute difference of road time. That's really interesting to me. Jason here will be finishing in 7th place. So we'll watch these Bs, catch some Cs, bounce around to the As. Maybe we can see some replay action later on of what happened at our TT. Nice finish for Jason here too. And again, I love seeing this, guys. Look at him pushing these watts here. Pushing watts. He was out to 400, yeah, over 400 watts again there. See, to me, those are little gear changes. You know, sometimes it can be just a bit of tiredness too. Like, dudes, I know I favor one leg. I really do. And you can actually, guys, if you have power pedals, you can get your, I guess, power distribution. It'll tell you which ones. It's to help you develop your pedaling style. I really favor one leg. So sometimes I'll be like 300, 300, 300. And then all of a sudden it's going 300, 180, 300, 180, 300, 180. But sometimes it's also just your gear changes. And I know what I would be like at this point. I'd probably be in and out of 2 gears over and over all the time here. So like down to 130, back to 300. It is a climb. You're tired. And 2% on here feels tough. I'm telling you right now. Guys, I ride pretty much all the platforms, or I have ridden them. Some I don't ride anymore. So Jason would have finished within 2 minutes of Brent and average power on 198 watts versus Brent's 246 watts. Gonna bounce over to the C, guys. We got Wendell here. Wendell here is just over 2 kilometers to finish. We finish at 73.5. Wendell pushing hard here at 300 watts plus. Only 5 riders in this category. We got Wendell, Andrew Billing, Lisa Bratz, John Slotta, and Jennifer Slotta. Now, John, let's not leave Jennifer too far behind, okay? You might be doing dishes for the next week, dude. You could be doing dishes for the next week. You got to be real careful. Just kidding, guys. Just kidding. Just having some fun here. John Slotta and Jennifer Slotta, I'm assuming, I don't know, they could be brother and sister for all I know. Who knows? I've got the exact same last name. I'm going to say probably related. Riding here in the C category, but right now we're looking at Wendell Egelhoff. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Guys, these names seem easy to the names I was covering this morning at the cyclocross racing in Belgium, in Merckxplas. If you ever get a chance, look at Google Maps there for Merckxplas. It's the Belgium-Netherlands border. It's some of the craziest border action you've ever seen in your life. Like, it's mostly Belgium enclaves inside of the Netherlands, but there's some Netherlands enclaves inside of those Belgium enclaves, which are inside of the Netherlands. Just the craziest of borders. And I look on the maps and I'm like, oh, I wonder what this is. This must be something really important. Like, why there's this tiny little chunk. It must be like a fortress or a palace or like a gold mine. It's a field. It's like a field that they've said, no, this is Belgian. One field. It's like a quarter of a field. It's smaller than my backyard. And they're like, we have decreed this. Like, I don't know, dude. Maybe there was something there way back when. I just think it's hilarious to me. Some of these enclaves are smaller than my backyard. 100%. I bet you the entire area is probably smaller than my backyard. My backyard, guys, is just under 25 acres. That's what I live on here. Ooh, Daniel's here. Daniel Neusbauer, our German rider for Peddlers here. You can see he's got his Peddlers kit on right now. Just hitting the finish line now. Nice job, Daniel. 237 watts average power. That's really decent power. Spinning it up here, guys. 95 RPMs at the finish. Dude, you're done. You are done. And, dudes, Daniel here. Well, dude, I don't actually know if he's in Germany. Maybe he's an American. I don't know. German flag. Back to Wendell Egelhoff here. Damon, love that. I loved how Damon over at ZMS Esports Studio was able to notice that there was a rider finishing, pop over to the Bs, right back to the Cs. Hopefully we can continue that. And we can see here that Wendell is just over 600 meters to go, guys. Just 600 meters to go. And you know what? Look at his power. Look at Wendell's power here. He's averaged 260 watts. Dude, Wendell, I think you need to be riding with the Bs. Wendell could have hung with the Bs today, guys. Really nice. But that average power there, I guess, guys, it all depends on your watts to kg ratio as well. All out power is not everything. It's that blend of watts to power, right? Power to weight ratio. It's like car racing. You can have a super heavy car. You could have a super powerful car, but if it's heavy, it's not going to win. You can have a little lightweight car with a little tiny engine. It could win. That's how it is, guys. Power to weight ratio. Cycling's the same. Finishing back up in the snow belt here, guys. So we started in the farmlands. We climbed up out of the rain, into the snow, past the glaciers, back down into the valleys. And we're finishing up top here, back in the winter wonderland. Looks like Canada at home right now. We've had a little bit of snow, but man, really nice start to the winter. Nothing too cold yet. I think it was, guys, don't even know, Granny lives with us now. It's Joey's mom. And she goes, well, at least it's not minus 20. I'm like, yeah, what about minus 40? Like, we get that once in a while, and it's just like, oh my. Dude, at minus 40, people go outside here, and if you got an older car, you can break your handle off your door. You go to open your car door, and the handle breaks off in your hand. Like, everything that's plasticky just breaks at those temperatures. Your extent... Well, I guess you guys don't. Guys, in Canada and parts of North America that are cold and parts of Europe that actually get cold, you plug your car in at night, right? You plug it in to keep the oil warm in the oil pan. Coming to this is Wendell finishing here. Dude, nice finish. Nice, strong finish by Wendell here, averaging 261 watts. Gets first place in our C category today. Dude, nice ride. Very nice ride. Finishing 2 hours and 15 minutes. And we're bouncing back, guys, here over to the A category now. We've got Will. Ooh, I think we only got 3 riders here. Will, Luke, and Martin Coffey. I thought there was 4 riders originally. We might have lost a rider right at the very beginning. They've already taken on the first climb, so I know they're over 300 meters. I look up here to the top left. I see 312 meters covered. We used that one rider earlier. I think it was Dominic Rossetto, who I think is riding C. We saw him crest that first climb, and it was right at 297 meters, I believe. 233 average watts here for Will Harden at the moment, Luke Elphinstone, and Martin Coffey. I think these guys are on a nice long training ride today, and they'll be battling it out at the finish, guys. So we got a little ways to go with them. Hopefully they can truck through this, stick together all the way. 2 on road bikes, 1 on the TT with the rear disc, and the 4-spoke on the front, it looks like. We're bombing down back into the valleys here, guys. There's 1 bump on the way down. Slow them down for just a few seconds, and then they're going to continue screaming downhill. Currently moving at 50k an hour. 52, 53. What's the fastest I've seen on... I haven't really paid that much attention to it, but like on my rides, I think maybe 65k an hour, 62k an hour. It just kind of depends where you are on course. Like in the Training Peaks world itself. Remember, guys, Training Peaks started out, well, right now it's a world. So there's 2 big islands. You pick a route, you do the route, or you just free ride. You just ride wherever you want on those roads that are there, all those interconnected roads. Apologize for just a little freeze up there, guys. Just, the internet. And now, probably within just the last few months, they've introduced the GPX routes where you can take an outside ride. And guys, usually using these GPX route creators is so simple to do. And here we go, guys, back now over to the C's. Here's Andrew Billing hitting the flares right now. Getting close to the finish here, averaging 216 watts. I think it was the other rider, was it Wendell? I believe was his name, was averaging 261 watts. So just different power outputs. Lisa Bratz will be in third place. And so guys, I think Lisa Bratz has already done this ride once this week. She's doing all the recons in the Discord. Yeah, I think she said it took her 2.5 hours the first time. So she's going to beat her time. And she'll have done it twice in 1 week. Lisa, great riding. That's all I got to say about that. To put that kind of time and effort in on the bike, great riding. Feels like about how I'm streaming these days. Just a lot of time on air, guys. And I love it. So much fun. So much fun, guys. So, dudes, tomorrow is going to be more cyclocross race action outside in Belgium, I think. Maybe it's the Netherlands. I don't know. And then we will have more Echelon Racing League on Training Peaks Virtual right after that. So we're going to do the exact same schedule tomorrow. Hopefully I don't get up at 3:06 again, because it makes for a very long day for me. 600 meters to go here for Andrew Billing here. You can see the countdown here going off here. Where this time I don't see the checkered flag showing up in the finish line in that top corner. Before it had a little checker flag. Maybe it goes away after. I'm going to watch that for the other riders. I can see the banner already. Banner's there in the distance here. You can just see we're going to go around this right-hand bend. It's currently snowing. I don't want to see that at home here, guys. I would be okay with a very, very mild winter. Unless you've been outside, like I wake up in the morning and I look outside and I'm like, oh my, what is going on? And then you look at the weather and it's like minus 37 degrees Celsius, like in town. And you're just like, that means it's like minus 40 out here. And like anything you touch outside, guys, you know your extension. So if you do live somewhere that you use an extension cord, it's been so bad here in the winter times. You go outside, pick up your extension cord, they crack in half. Like the yellow casing or whatever of the extension cord that you have outside, it just snaps. The wires are just barely alive inside because of the copper. I mean, they're coated too, but yeah, your extension cord will snap in half. Fun, right? So much fun. So yeah, you plug your car in when it gets really cold here to help warm the oil, to stop it from getting like into molasses. That's life in the north, guys, or life in colder environments. Please make it warmer all the time. Please. I need it. I can't live somewhere warm. I don't get to live in the U.S. I want to live in the U.S. 150 meters to go, folks, for Andrew Billing here. Coming to the finish now. A solid 2 hours and 20 minutes on the roads, guys. That's a big day on Inside Training. Guys, I'm going to say right now, I probably only have a handful of rides that are this long inside. Maybe upwards of, say, a dozen. Yeah, I guess I got, yeah, maybe, probably maybe 20 rides that are like 2 hours and 20 minutes plus inside. Flocky32, welcome back, dude. Went for a cycle ride at dusk. Balmy 15 degrees Celsius in Atlanta. Dude, that's nice. That is nice. That's the kind of weather I need. That is the kind of weather I need. However, I will say that we have been kind of blessed here lately. Lisa Bratz. So again, I kept talking about Lisa. She's riding C here. She's in the Discord. She's actually sent messages. I've replied to her. Love doing that with people. She pre-rode the course and said it was a nightmare. And took her over. I think she said the first time took her 2 hours and 35 minutes. I think that's what she said. So she's going to shave, 12, 13 minutes off her time here. Great job, Lisa. Average power, 185 watts. So really nice ride for Lisa here. This is going to be the third place finisher in the C class. Yeah, Flocky, when we get our Chinook winds blowing, the Chinooks are winds that come off the mountains that are to the west of us, off the Rocky Mountains. As the winds come over the top of the mountains, they dry out. They drop all the moisture up there, and there's a name for it. I think it's adiabatic, or maybe it's katabatic. One of the two. The winds, when they drop that moisture, just warm up like crazy when they come over the top. Great job, Lisa. Bouncing back here. This is going to be our last rider to finish in the B category here. Merit Rate. I can't believe I haven't seen Merit yet. Why did I miss this name so far? Merit's just finishing up here. Finishing really nice. Your average power, 230 watts. Apologize, Merit, for missing you so much there. But here you are, man. You're done. 2 hours and 23 minutes. Merit Rate has finished. That will be the last rider on the road for the Bs. Bouncing back to the Cs here. Here's John Slaughter finishing now. John Slaughter is getting to the finish right away here. 2 hours. Sub 2 hours and 24 minutes here. Crossing the finish line nicely. 300 watts there. John's done. And now we've got Jennifer still to finish. So John finishes 4th out of 5 riders. Jennifer's still coming, guys. Jennifer is... okay, Jennifer's in the little bit of the bottom of the valley here. Raining down here, guys. It's just all rain. She will be climbing back up into the snow here right away. So yeah, Flocky. When those winds come off those mountains, they'll be warm. We can get days in December, like just randomly, where it'll be like, oh, it's 17 degrees today. Or, you know, sometimes not that warm. It has to be a really strong Chinook to do that. And Chinook is a First Nations word that we probably switched anyways, whatever. But it means snow eater. That's essentially what it means, is snow eater. So you'll go from having snow everywhere to like nothing. There's nothing left. It happens all the time. It's been here forever. It's just the way the winds come off the mountains with that warming process after they dumped all the moisture. So all the snow gets dumped in the mountains. We don't really get that much snow here. Looking at the A's, we've got our 3 riders together, which I like to see that. We'll be chilling with them. Ooh, someone just goes off the front there. Will decided to go off the front. And guys, that warming pattern, dude, it doesn't matter where you go in the world. People say, yeah, if you don't like the weather, just wait 5 minutes. Every place in the world says that. Every place in the world says that. It only applies in a few places. Try doing this search today. Look up biggest temperature change. Most of those records are along the foothills of the Rocky Mountains. Some insane weather changes. I think the fastest 1 hour weather change ever was in Montana. I forget where it was. It's some crazy number where the cold weather's there and the wind directions change, and that wind comes off that mountains. It's insane, the weather changes. Like insanity. It also happens in southern Alberta a lot, where weather will be minus 20 degrees Celsius one day when you go to bed, and you wake up and it's +8. So if I'm trying to think Fahrenheit, guys, you go to bed, if you're an American, you go to bed and it's 0, maybe it's -5 Fahrenheit. You know, cold, not too cold. That's right around -18 to -20 Celsius, guys. You wake up and the snow is melting outside. Like in 8 hours, the temperature changes by like 30 degrees Celsius, like 45, 50 degrees Fahrenheit. It's those warming winds. And I'll take them any day of the week. Okay, dudes, Will Harden, Martin Coffey, Luke Elphinstone are our only 3 competitors this weekend in the A's. We lost the big gun in the A's this weekend. He's away racing. And right now, I'm seeing that Luke is not with us. He's actually just falling off the back there. I'm trying to see if I can see him on screen. Don't see him popping in there. There's Martin Coffey. And here's Luke. Luke's look like he's riding good. I'm just not sure why he got dropped there. Probably the other riders attacked on this little bit of a bump. They're trying to separate each other. So where I'm looking at right now, they were on that long descent that started around kilometer 25, goes to around kilometer 45. There's a bump right in the middle, guys. Enough that if you're not on it and someone attacks, you may just fall out the back here. So it looks like Luke is 20-something seconds behind right now. Is going to have to slowly start working his way back. If I was Luke right now, I'd be kind of thinking, man, I got to really catch up. Okay, so this is where we go back to. This is where it happened. Okay, it's when Will went earlier. Will did attack earlier on that bump. And Luke was probably like, you know, changing the music on his phone, maybe changing the channel, and all of a sudden he looked up and he was like, what? And that's how quick it happens inside, guys. It happens to me all the time as I'm changing music selections. And here's Will hammering on the front here. Ooh, just hit out over 70-something kilometers an hour there. I think he hit 76. Martin Coffey was up to 73 there. Guys, don't forget too, there's braking on Training Peaks Virtual. And I think I mentioned in week 1, I kind of was thinking, why are they all taking little micro rests? Well, you either brake, I think you use your keyboard to brake, or just stop pedaling. So there was times when I'm like, why are they not pedaling anymore? In my head, I'm going, why are they not pedaling? They're just slowing down for the corner. If you're not slowed down enough for the corner, you will get a penalty. And the penalty is worse than if you actually just slow down enough. So you need to slow down enough, whether you brake or you just let off the gas and just do some coasting. So coast, brake when you have to. And I think it actually shows you here on the tail light. If you look at the rear light here on the rider, it kind of almost tells you as you're riding when you should be full gas and when you shouldn't for corners. So this rider's got like the orangey light on. The rider up ahead looks like they have the green light on. I can see it from here. I just don't know exactly how you use it. I'm not really an expert on it. So yeah, Flocky, nice job getting out for a nice ride in London. Dude, it's been so... Oh, nice here. Jennifer hits the 1 kilometer to go mark. Great job. Jennifer Slotta here from the US. So Flocky, my bike right here, guys. Okay, we're back. Yeah, Martin and Will are together. Luke finds himself alone. He could pull something back together here on the descent and still bridge his way back on. He's going to have to work pretty hard to do it here. Martin gets to the front, just doing some coasting now. Going back to a replay here. This is Martin Coffey catching up with Will. These two are back together. So Will's like, okay, well, I got rid of one. I got one left to deal with. You know, does he wait till the end? Are you a sprinter? Can you out-sprint that guy? If you can't out-sprint that guy, you got to get rid of him earlier. Luke getting it done. So Luke's on the descent here. Let's see how fast he gets going, guys. And see if I can figure out the full braking here. I'm watching the course up at the top. Some of these corners they may have to brake into. I'm not sure if they're tough or not. So it depends on the corner. It depends on the speed. If they have to brake or not, which I don't think they do here. They're moving at 52k an hour. Yeah, these bends aren't tight enough. So yeah, you definitely have to stay on top of your braking in Training Peaks Virtual. And week 1, we saw it on those criterium circuits. There was lots of corners where I would be watching riders going, why are they not pedaling anymore? They're slowing down. Just slowing it down. There are keyboard commands to actually slap on the brakes. And I think it's when I did my first ever ride on Training Peaks Virtual, which would have been last November. I did experience the braking on the hills, and you can feel how it works. You slow down, slow down, slow down. Then it gives you the green light. Hammer it. Go out of the corner. It feels really satisfying when you get it right. I forget which route I even did, but I went around what I call the jungle island, and I climbed right up through the middle up a pretty decent little climb. And when you come over the backside, there's some nice switchbacks where you got to break your way all the way down. Jennifer Slotta coming to the finish here, averaging 130 watts for the ride, pushing 148 watts at the moment. 300 meters to go. Let's go. Let's order 2 big, large pizzas for tonight and just kick back on the couch, guys. Kick back. It's my favorite Saturday afternoon. By the time I'm done this, I don't even know if I'll want to get on my bike. It's currently quarter after 10 in the morning for me, guys. Quarter after 10. Streaming since 5:35 this morning with a few little breaks. So it's going to be a big day. And I think today I'm riding in Scotland. So I'll get it done, dudes. I will get it done. And then I will be chilling on the couch with leftover Chinese food from last night. Let's go, folks. Let's go. So Jennifer Slotta here finishes 5th place in the C category. Nice job, Jennifer. Really good, nice job. They do have a nice little turnaround built in at the end here. So riders can cool down. And we're back here to our big boys in the A, guys. We got Martin Coffey on the front. And I know I've seen Martin before. I'm pretty sure I saw Martin racing last year too at the Echelon Racing League. Um, Will doesn't have a team name. Martin's saying he's FRR, I believe. These two are solo right now, and 40 seconds back to Luke Elphinstone right now, guys. So we got a little ways to go here. The climb's going to start here. Wait, guys. Let's see if these two can stick together. They are coming up on 43.5 on 43.5 now. And I just like to say that I think I said the climb starts right around 45K. Let's see if that's correct. Let's see if that's correct. Sorry, dudes. Just trying to get some stuff figured out here as we're cruising along. Okay. Got news from Damon here, and I wondered because I thought there was another rider. It was Adam. Adam was in the A category. Remember, he had his camera on. Damon's letting me know. Damon, thank you very much. Because, dude, I would have forgotten this altogether as we're doing this. Adam Carr may have had a tech. Guys, you never know what happens on your bikes. You never know with your internet, things like that. So Adam, unfortunately, had to withdraw from the race, and that's why we're down to 3 riders right now. So I'm just going to catch up with that there. And okay, sorry guys. Just catching up on some important messages here. December 10th. Okay, I got to do that. Catch up with my bros. The geology bros. Okay, dudes. So we're down to 3 riders on course. We've only got 3 riders in the A this weekend. It seems like a lot of people are busy or just are not riding inside yet. Guys, don't forget, you could sign up for the Echelon Racing League whenever you want. Go over to the Echelon Racing League website and get signed in and get some good racing done, guys. Remember, this is an entry path to the USA eSports Nationals, guys. Anyone that rides here, at least it was this way last year, I'm pretty sure it's still the same through USA Cycling. You have to compete in at least one of these races. At least one, if you want to ride at the USA eSports National Championships, which occur, I think, January 31st and February 1st. That weekend. I think. Not sure exactly about the dates. I did some of that last year, guys, for Echelon Racing League. I did age categories last year, so that was really fun to do. So hopefully we'll see more people this year. And Will here is pushing nice. Will's pushing nice. He's going for a killer move right here, guys. Looks like he's going to push hard on the first part and is slowly dropping Martin here right now. And then he's going to see on the flat what he needs to do. He's going to see what damage he can do here to Martin. Martin right now, it looks like he's about 8 seconds back. 8-9 seconds back. Will's pushing 360 watts here, guys. Working pretty hard. His average power overall so far is 239 watts. So digging deep here right now, guys. Martin, I've seen him race before. I think Martin's okay. I think Martin will be able to come back here on this climb at some point. They are going into a bit of a headwind, guys. I can see that here on screen. I can see the wind direction markers. You'll see these little white streaks floating through the air. That's letting you know which way the wind's coming from all the time. You can also look in the top right-hand corner and see the wind direction on that map. Wind direction and speed. Okay, it's 15 seconds now, so Will is pulling away. Will's putting down some big power now. He wants to get his lead here and lock this up right now. Does he have the engine to go all the way solo now, guys? They still got 30 kilometers to go at this point. Yeah, we're still 30 kilometers to the finish, guys. 30 kilometers here. Back to Martin Coffey here. See, this is where he's riding right into the wind. It's a crosswind over his right shoulder, and now when he takes this corner, he's riding directly... Oh, sorry, no, he's got a tailwind right now. Sorry, guys. Yep, I'm looking at this wrong here on the screen. You can see the little white things going across the screen. That's telling you which way the wind's going. Yeah, so that wind direction is behind him. If you look at his arrow pointer on the map right now, you can see that his arrow pointer and the wind direction pointer are almost lined up. So he's getting a little slight push up the hill right now. It is a 7% gradient, so it's probably not going to be a lot, but he'll take anything he can get right now as he heads up into the winter wonderland at the top, guys. Yep. So all through this area, they're kind of getting a little bit of a push all the ways. Outside of on the corners or the bends, like this hard bend here, he's going to get a little bit of a crosswind now. You can see the white streaks going across the screen that way. And so the wind's hitting him more at the side here now, but it's still going to be pushing him. In fact, the speed is going up here. They're on the flats. There's this flat section here. What is the gap now? Ooh, the gap opened up nice. And Luke Elphinstone here moving at 15k an hour here through the 8% section grade. Again, he does have a bit of a tailwind too. Luke's moving here right at 290 watts. Good power, dude. Good power. I like it. Average power 219, so he's obviously in the climb, pushing higher than his average power right now. Probably in a lower gear, grinding it out, 75, 76 RPM. Yep, this is what I'd be doing, dude. This would be my style right here. I'm not pedaling at 95 RPMs through this stuff. No, it's like 75s. Probably the same kind of power. So maybe me and Luke should go for a ride together one day. Luke, join me for a ride. Gila Monster, guys. Gila Monster. Don't forget tomorrow we got the Silver City Crit. I think we're going to see more people for that. Some people might have been looking at this beast and going, hey, I don't know about this, man. I don't know about this. Save the legs for tomorrow. Actually, I know, who's it? Ludwig Karlberg. He couldn't even today. So, guys, weekend schedules. That's the hard thing. Sometimes it's hard to make your life work. Just trying to see if I can see Martin there. I'm trying to look back from Will here. See if he's going to pop it on screen. Guys, when you see me doing that, I'm like looking for every pixel. I'm looking at every pixel on screen. Yeah, I think I can see him. Yeah, he's there. Once we swung that bend there, I could see him moving along. Okay, looking. Is that him on the other side of that bush? I think it is. My eyes could just be shot right now, too, guys. Just shot. Look at me staring. Oh, I think I did see him there, right at the last second. So he's just up the road. I can see him up the road. That's how I can see him really easy, right there. There was a little black figure moving up the road. That's Will moving up the road, and Martin Coffey's right back there, guys. Currently, I think it's 22 seconds back. So Martin, just do it, dude. Just do it. Just keep him locked in sight. You don't have to chase him down yet, man. Don't chase him down yet. Martin, just ride to your own ability and see what Will does. 25 seconds, guys. Don't blow yourself up on this climb here, Martin, on the steep stuff, because we're 8% gradient here, guys. If you blow yourself up now, that 25 is going to turn to 125 real quick. There's still lots of time to pull him back. Remember, the first part of this climb, I'll forget that little flat section at the very beginning, though. It's pretty steep. And then we enter a series of steps. I'm going to say 3 steps. Flat, climb, flat, climb, flat, climb. Then they start bombing down. One last climb, and then a long descent. There's plenty of time for Martin to bring this back here. Will also knows that Martin's going to have to work pretty hard to start dialing him back. Will's just looking at here, watching his power. Look at this. Will's grinding a bigger gear, slower RPMs. Only 71, 72 RPMs, pushing 320 watts average. Very, very consistently here, guys. I like this. I like this a lot. So Will's really got his cadence dialed in nicely, his power output. It's not fluctuating. You know, someone like me, sure, I can push 330 watts up parts of a climb, and then for the next 4 seconds, it'll be 260, and then I'm back to 400, and then I'm down to, 220, and it's kind of all over the place. Will doing a really nice job of, sitting right there, 320 all the way. Martin's really not off that. So, guys, this is where it comes down to power to weight ratio numbers again. Will's now 30 seconds up the road, just getting away. Again, 6%. This might be some of the shallowest stuff on this part of the climb. So, dudes, don't forget, too, this is a climb they actually do at the Tour of the Gila. They do this climb. I think they do it every year. It's probably like the premier climb. This must be the Queen stage at the Tour of the Gila. I'm gonna have to watch that next year, dude. I'm gonna do race commentary on that next year. Race commentary next year, guys. I just got to find some video coverage of it, and I'll be doing it. Back to Will at the front, guys. Okay, looking decent, dude. Looking decent. 7% gradient. Again, I'm just staring at his power output, guys. That's what I like to do. Very important to me. See this 310, 327, 340. So it's fluctuating a little bit more now than it was before. 71 RPM. Got a really nice cadence here. Well, some people would say, well, I don't like that. I like 95. What I'm saying, really nice, very consistent. It's not, and this is good to see too. Different styles of climbing. Martin likes to spin a bit more. He's riding 91 cadence. I couldn't do this. I just couldn't. Will pushes, I think, a bigger gear, slower cadence. Just feels more comfortable doing that. Even though their power is very close to each other, totally different riding styles here. One's in a lighter, lower gear, spinning more, and the other in a bigger gear, spinning less. And just gonna get caught up with some stuff here. Okay, guys, let's go. Let's go. 246 average watts here for Martin Coffey. Pushing to 350 now. So I'm hoping Martin can just kind of maintain this here. And then when we do the flatter stuff, it'll give him a chance to start pulling Will back. Very mano a mano right now, guys. You know, we've got a three-way race here. Luke's behind. It's up to Will and Martin at the front here. Can Martin bring him back? Has Will broken him? I think there's still lots of time to find that out. Lots of time to find that out, guys. Martin here on the purple frame set with the fluorescent green seat and handlebars. Dude, if your bike looked at it like that in real life, ooh. You're not very color coordinated, dude. Just giving him a hard time here. Loving what Martin's doing, man. Loving what he's doing. Guys, if you've never ridden a bike inside like this, pushing 290, close to 300 watts for this long is tough. It's tough stuff. What I am liking here, Martin's heart rate is very relaxed, only 144 beats at the moment. And I love seeing all the data, guys. I know a lot of people are like, well, you shouldn't get to know what my data is. Yeah, we should. I think if you're racing, your data is public. It's public. I have this talk all the time, guys. You can see all my data. When I ride inside, guys, when I just do my Collins fun rides, you get to see all my data. There's nothing to hide. Nothing. If you're going to race inside, you need to show your data properly for everyone to understand what you're doing. So that you don't have a really good rider in your place on your bike, maybe. Yeah. And again, I'm liking what Martin's doing too. Martin's very consistent up here. Consistently right around 90 RPMs, 290 to 300 watts. He's not ragged. He's just riding within his own pace and ability here. Will is still pulling a ways though, so Martin's gonna have to be careful. He doesn't let him get too carried away and get too far up the road before it gets to a point where he won't be able to pull him back. So here we go, folks. Here we go. Dudes, we're at 48.3 kilometers now. Race finishes right around 75 and change, 73 and change. So I think we're about 25 kilometers to the finish right now. Again, dudes, just keep watching Martin's numbers, you guys. I think this is really impressive. Just watch the numbers in the middle. Top part of the screen there. Those numbers have been sitting at 280 to 300 watts. I mean, there's going to be variances, right? But 280 to 300 watts, right at 90, 91 RPMs the whole time. It's never going to be consistently on, guys. It's almost impossible. You know, when I see a little bit of blips in that could be just you repositioning in your seat. And it could go either way. If you're like kind of taking some weight off your rear end, your power might drop as you're like just trying to get comfortable. It could also bounce the other way as you kind of like give it a little extra push on the pedal. 6% gradient. So this is where, you know, when things start changing too in the gradients, you're going to see probably the power coming down a little bit as the gradient backs off. I mean, not here at 6%, but like say if it, once we see the flats, I'm going to try to show this to you guys. Power numbers probably won't be as high because they're going to have a hard time keeping up there at that point. I'm just going to do something here, guys. Just messaging here. Lots of messages coming. It's the weekend, guys. Got messages coming in from friends everywhere. 9% grading here now for Will on the front. Will Harden. And I think Will's probably brand new to the Echelon Racing League series. I didn't see him last week. And I don't know if I remember that name from last year. And if I do, if you were here, dude, I apologize. Usually pretty good with the names. But sometimes I forget them after a year. Here we go. Up into the snow now, guys. We're up into the snow. And this is what I want to look at here. Again, take a look at the numbers. Just kind of start learning those numbers. Like, look at what Will's doing here. 67 RPMs, 330, 340 watts. Just his consistent style of riding here. What's going to happen on the flats, though? So my prediction is, obviously, cadence is going to come up. Power is going to start dropping down because it gets harder and harder to push that same kind of power on the flats or on the downhills. And it looks like we actually go downhill a little bit here, guys, just ever so slightly. Averaging 255 average watts right now for Will. Again, guys, look. Look at the gradient. Gradient's gone down to 3. Will's power's dropping. He's sped up. It's going to be harder and harder to stay in that power zone. Although his cadence isn't changing much. Yep, look at the power. Power's dropping down, so I think he's going to take a chill through here, knowing he has to climb again right away. He's not going to change his cadence that much. I think he's just going to like pedal through it. This doesn't last very long. And then he climbs again. And the beauty is, the next little chunks of the climb aren't going to be as steep as that first part. He's done the majority of the climbing now. In total, there's less than 1,100 meters of climbing. I think it's 1,068 meters. We've climbed 690. So I'm looking at this climb here. If I was Will or Martin or Luke, back to Martin here right now. Okay, Martin's just finishing up the 7%. Let's see how Martin reacts to this. He will be hitting the flatter section right away here. Again, he's a 90 RPM rider, 300 watts all the time, all day. All day, 24/7, folks. Let's see what happens when it drops off. You should see his cadence maybe pick up, but you'll see the power starting to drop at times as the gradient drops, the resistance drops. It's harder for him to start. It just starts getting harder. There, you can see it right now. 240. He's just averaged 290 to 300 for the last 15 minutes. And now you can see a drop as soon as he hits the flats. Now, you might be able to react to this and just say, I'm going hard. But generally, you're probably going to chill out a little bit here. And I was going to say here, yeah, so we're seeing 240s and 250s now. The occasional blip to 250, to 300. But you can see what I'm saying, right? Like it's all changed now. Now, I think what's going to be cool to see here, guys, is what's going to happen when he gets to the next blip. It's probably going to be back to that 290, 300, 90 RPM stuff again. And if I was these two riders, actually these three riders, I would be looking at this climb right now and I would be breaking it down. Breaking it right down. So here we are back with Luke Elphinstone. Climbing up, getting into the snow zone now, guys. So he's just coming out of the steepest sections here. Let's see what Luke likes to do. Heart rate's 159, 210. Guys, you're going to find your rhythm, whatever kind of cyclist you are. So I'm seeing Luke right away. He's liking to ride this. He's kind of in between these two. You know, lower power, but RPM. Kind of a medium RPM. He likes to ride 79, 80 RPMs. His power numbers are right around 210. Again, shows consistent pedaling style and technique. It's not really ragged yet. Heart rate's not showing it either. Again, guys, I don't know what their max heart rates are. Everyone's heart rate's different. Everyone's heart rate's different. You know, there's a lot of things. 220 minus your age, blah, 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 blah. That's kind of just garbage. That's just a rough ballpark rule of thumb for doctors. My doctor says I should have quit cycling years ago. He thinks I'm going to die on my bike training at home. I'm like, dude, I do it all the time. And he's a fantastic doctor. Best doctor I've ever had. If I have a problem, he goes, okay, we're going to do this, 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 and this. When he does my yearly, he goes through everything with me. Every detail. Takes forever with me. Let's do this. Okay, we're going to do that. No. But when he finds out about my cycling, he's like, you can't ride your bike that hard. He goes, your heart. He's the doctor that still thinks 220 minus your age for a guy is your max. No way. That means my max heart rate would be under 170. Dude, I'm rocking 180 all the time. I can push low 190s for Colin. Not a great cyclist. That's just me. Okay, dudes. Here we go. Let's see what Will's doing here. Again, big numbers, lower RPMs. I wonder if, you know what? Just going to say here, I wonder if Will is a TT specialist, because I know I like to think I'm one, and I love riding a TT bike as my avatar. And just seeing Will riding this avatar today, this makes me think he likes the time trial. Yeah, nice dude. 300 watts, 280, 290, 300 watts. Again, guys, it all depends here on the elevation stuff. He's on the flats right now. So let's see if we hang around here long enough with him, how his power changes. And so backing up again, guys, when we hit the first step, this is where I tell myself, let's break this down. Let's break this down. When you're on these kind of like getting to be longer rides, I kind of make like a little game out of it. Okay, we got 1, 2, 3 climbs. We drop, one more bump, and I'm home free at that point. Because sometimes it's like, I can't get through this. I do it all the time still. I've been riding bikes inside now since 2017. And I need to kind of talk my way through it. Like, how am I going to get through this? Right? When I know my couch is 20 feet away. Riding inside is mentally tough, guys. I know a lot of outside only riders make fun of it. But riding inside is a whole nother beast. It's almost different altogether. Riding outside, if you go 30 miles from home and you turn, you stop, you're like, well, I got to ride 30 miles home, or there's no other way to get home. Inside, you can be off your bike in 5 seconds and at the fridge. That's also the beauty of inside cycling, is that you can go get supplies when you need them. Oh, I forgot this. Okay, I can race upstairs and grab a drink quick. Great training. Think of inside cycling as fantastic training for your future outside riding endeavors. That's how I look at it. Plus, there's some incredible racing inside. There's some incredible eSports cyclists. Riders that have transitioned from the outside that only ride inside now. Sometimes it's the only thing you can do. I mean, I'll tell you what the temperature is right now. I don't think it's that cold here, guys. I'll tell you what it is, though. Temperature right now at home, it's just got above 32 Fahrenheit. So right now we are 34 Fahrenheit. It's slick. It's icy outside. I'm not riding outside. I'm just not. Not doing that. Okay, guys, I think just hearing from Damon here. Damon, thanks for messaging me. So, guys, just so you know, I'm communicating with Damon the whole time here, so I'm bouncing back and forward. We got a little bit of highlights here. Damon, why don't you feel free to do that whenever you want, dude? I'm here. I'm good. So yeah, we can do that anytime. So guys, don't forget yesterday, the A's, B's, and the C's, and boom, look at this, guys. We had A, B, and C time trial action yesterday. Here's Roberto Vukovic coming for the finish yesterday. Second place rider here. Guys, I'm not sure if they went out. Let me just, 38.07 it looked like for Roberto Vukovic. Ludwig Karlberg coming in at 38.51. So these are their standings there. They would have all done a mass start together yesterday. No draft. No draft whatsoever. So nice ride here by those riders. Ludwig finishing. Martin Coffey finishing at 39.48. So Martin right now is racing right now. We're watching Martin right now, guys. Second place in the A's today against Will Harden. Here's Adam Carr. So Adam was in the race earlier today, had to leave for some reason. Adam Carr finishing at 41.33 yesterday. And Luke Elphinstone finishing 42, I'm going to say 08. 06 it looks like, guys. So that's A category. Tristan Knight was racing today also. Nice TT here. Look at this. This B category, sprinting at the finish. This B rider could have hung with the A riders. for sure. Jason Drummond, I think you too, man. Think you too. Like, these are nice TT times. Very competitive here, guys. These guys are just seconds apart. Daniel Nussbauer coming in 43 minutes flat. Back 43.50, let's say 51 for Jonathan Matthews. Brent Sansenig is going to come in here 44 minutes in about 12-13 seconds. Eric Mitchell. Eric Mitchell's going to finish in 45 and change. So as you can see here, guys, not everyone's doing all the stages either. You can pick and choose which stages you want to do. Merit rate, we saw a merit race today. Merit race here in the B today. Finished at 46 and change yesterday. And we're back, guys. We are back. So that's a little bit of race coverage that Damon took his time to get first yesterday, guys. I was supposed to do some of it too. I actually missed the first slot and I forgot about the second slot. Life, guys, just gets busy. Like I am right now. So busy. Okay, guys, here we go. Just gonna send one message. Okay, done with that. Okay, here we go, dudes. I'm back on. I'm going to focus here now. 1:34 into 1 hour and 34 minutes into this race, we've climbed over 800 meters. Will Harden on the front here, guys, and has established, a pretty solid lead now over Martin Coffey. Descending now, guys. They're on that last little valley before one more ascent up. One more ascent up. And then there's a huge descent downhill with a final climb. This last part of the race got pretty quick here. Pretty quick. Let's see what Martin's doing here. Martin's dialed it back. Oh, no, he's back on it now. Again, guys, sometimes you're just jumping back to them and you're in the middle of a gear shift. So right again, here we go again. Martin's like this 270, 280 watts all the way kind of rider here. Gradient's dropping now, so the power is going to drop slowly as the gradient gets shallower and shallower. He's punching over the top, trying to generate some more power to carry some speed down the other side. You don't want to be getting to the top and just coasting. You want to do what Martin did there. You saw his power jump to about 330 watts as he's pushing across the top, trying to get his speed going as fast as possible for the momentum of the downhill to push him forward. Instead of just like coasting to a slowdown at the top, you're just going to lose that way. You need to power through the top. Martin Coffey's heart rate, wow, 130 beats a minute. There's no way I'd be doing that. I'd probably be still ribbing, 180 beats a minute here. That's just how I am. Okay. Okay, guys, all good here. All good here. Just got some buddies messaging me right now. Trying to set up a little get-together here in the future. Okay, so Martin Coffey's on the descent here right now. I think Luke will be just about at the top. He's probably going to be on maybe the last step before the crest there, before he gets a little chance to breathe. Remember, they're not at the top yet. They're just descending, getting a breather here, bring the heart rate back down before they push one last time up here to get over the main climb of the day. Upwards of 69 kilometers an hour there for Martin Coffey. Slowing down here now on the flats. I like seeing this. Realistic speeds. Not doing 140k an hour down these hills or anything crazy like that. You're on the flats. That speed is going to scrub off really quick. Really quick. Okay, Martin putting a dig in there. Martin putting a little dig in there on that flat. Probably trying not to lose too much speed before he goes down. He was pushing 450 watts there. And cruising downhill. Now he's going to have a little bit more descent, and then it's going to drastically change, bouncing back to Luke here. Okay, so Luke has just started the last step. He's just finishing the second last step. One more flat and then up, and he's over the top too. So great job, Luke. Luke working really hard here. I'm just comparing his average numbers to the numbers he's putting out. So it's plain as day, guys. He's putting out substantially more power now here than he's averaged over the last hour and 37 minutes. So he's working hard here. Heart rate. Luke, we should ride together, dude. Me and Luke need to ride together because that's what my heart rate would be doing. And dude, right around the same kind of numbers as you and probably the same pedaling style. So Luke's the kind of guy I want to ride with. You know, about the same as me. Luke's probably like, I don't want to ride with you. Guys, we love having fun here. We love having fun here over at the Echelon Racing League. Lots of fun. Please join us. Jump into the chat. Actually, I don't even have my chat open anymore. What happened to my YouTube? Where'd it go, guys? May have to try to open this again here. There might be people talking in there. I don't know. Okay. Okay, what do we got here? Flocky's saying, Flocky32 says, but Storm Claudia is brewing. Oh, dude. So is this a storm coming off the Atlantic? Or do they come up out of the Mediterranean or something? Or I haven't even heard of that storm. I should start doing more weather chit chat. Flocky's asking, holy crap, dude. Luke's here. I love it. Dude, Luke, you're the man, bro. You are the man. You are the man. I love this kind of stuff, guys. Dude, this is what's so great about doing fun things like this. People always ask me, like, I've met people lately, and, you know, I don't know how to tell you the story, but it's like, oh, you're going to make so much money doing this, Colin. You're going to make so much. This is something totally unrelated to cycling, guys. Totally unrelated. And I'm like, if someone asks me what I enjoy most, what's the most positive thing about me having a YouTube channel and doing this, is meeting people like Luke and all the other members here. Like, Luke Elphinstone, this dude here, who's riding third place right now in the A's, says, in my YouTube channel, guys, I'll ride with you. That is in the YouTube chat right now, guys. That is the power of the community. Dude, it's so great. It's cycling. Like, I mean, we all love cycling for community. We all love riding with our bros, our dudes, whoever it is you ride with, whether it's mountain, track, cyclocross, BMX, let's throw that in there. Roadies, tri-riders. We all love those dudes and dudettes who are doing exactly what we do. They know the pain. They know the suffering. Their spouses, some of their buddies, their moms and dads have no idea what it is we're talking about. But let's have watts talks, watts per kgs, how much training you doing, how many hours did you put in this week? Oh, bro, I did 12. Nah, man, I only did 7. You know, it's like a full-time job on top. Cycling is all about community, and man, I love trying to build it. That's my number one thing about doing my cycling channel. Luke, you made my day, dude. You made my day. So me and Luke are going to ride together at some point here, dude. I'm going to have to get back on there. But backing up here 1 second, Flocky32 says, which indoor app did you start with? I wanted to give it a try, but I'm a technophobe. Flocky, it's so easy to use. So dudes, I'll tell you the story. 2017, I got back on the bike after being pretty much off the bike for 20 plus years. It's the same story every dude has. And dudettes. Remember, dudes, guys, is everyone. Doesn't matter. Dudes is everyone. Ladies, men, whatever. I don't care. If I call you a dude, you're just a dude. You finish high school, maybe you start university, you're riding bikes all the time, you graduate, you're 25, 26, 27. I don't know what you are. Maybe you're only 22 if you're smart. I only graduated at 27. I went and worked before I went back to university and got my geology degree, guys, which is useless now, except for telling cool stories. And dudes, liking this again here, take a look at Mr. Will Harden. That same kind of style. High 60s, very low 70s cadence, 340, 350 watts right in the range. This guy rides the same all the time. Heart rate is elevated right now, though. I'm not sure if I noticed it before. So, guys, yeah, you graduate from university. Next thing you know, you're getting married. You got your first good job. You're getting married. Oh, my God. Within 5-6 years, you're having kids. And then those kids, guess what? You don't got time to ride anymore. Mom, Dad. It's little fun kid stuff. Then it's teenage year stuff. And then it's sports stuff for your kids. And then they're graduating. And then they're moving out. And then you find yourself at home going, what do I do now? And then you think, holy crap, I'm a little bit out of shape. And you get back on a bike like I did. So I jumped back on my bike at 47 years old. watched every second of every bike race I could watch. And Joey Jojo, who's upstairs right now, said, "Why don't you get back on a bike, Colin? That's all you think about." So guys, all through that time, I watched every bit of cycling I could. And kind of with the same mentality I have right now, I'm looking going, hey, there's a crash. And sometimes the commentators would never say anything about it. And then 4 minutes later, oh, we got word that there was a crash. I go, yeah, it was on screen. We're looking at the same thing, dude. We're looking at the same thing. So I've always wanted to do commentary. And it's eventually why I made the channel. But dude, Flocky, so found myself riding outside again, half died my first bike ride. Thought my butt cheeks were paralyzed after my first 10-kilometer ride because it had been pretty much 20 years on a road bike. Rode all summer. First one for me was Zwift, guys, because Zwift was around. Zwift was there. Very big platform, closed worlds. So basically, you ride what they give you, but you can ride wherever you want. That's what it is. So I was on Zwift. I did that for 3 years. Then I switched to Ruby. Still rode some Zwift. And back then I was kind of more of a one platform guy. So when I switched to Ruby, it took me to the world of augmented reality riding on videos. Okay, that was cool. And then when I started my channel started in January 2023. Wow, my channel's been around almost 3 years, guys. Thank you so much. Dudes, I think we're over 32,000 subscribers. Yeah, it's only getting better, and I hope I'm improving all the time for you guys. When I started my channel, I started riding all the platforms. So guys, there's probably like 4 or 5 major platforms. Training Peaks, very key one, known as the most realistic simulation out there. So if you want real deal, you don't want any gamification, some of the platforms, and I don't want to pick on platforms, guys. I don't want to kind of beat one up over the other, but dude, they're all good. They're all good. It all just depends what you want. I call these the graphics platforms. Closed world. Training Peaks is closed world, but in the last 3 months, I think it is, they've opened up the GPX route creator. So like this route here, as of 3 months ago, didn't exist on Training Peaks Virtual. This is a new part of Training Peaks they built, so you can ride any route you want when you want. If you want to do the closed worlds, you can do that too. So you pick a route and you'll just ride it. You don't have to touch the keyboard, nothing. But if you're on that route and you want to take a corner, that's come can. Will Harden over the top, guys. It's currently at 60.9 kilometers into the route. And there must have been some neutralized zone at the start, guys. Just because I'm seeing that... Oh, no, that's your speed. Sorry, guys. That was just me looking wrong. 61 kilometers in. So he's only got 12 kilometers to go with. We're just going to fly here now. We're going to fly. So yeah, guys, I kind of ride 4 or 5 different platforms all the time. I'm not a superstar on any one of them now because... And when I say that, I mean like leveling up. Because I keep bouncing from platform to platform. Ruby's kind of the big one for video. The other ones all use graphics. So some people love the graph. I like them all. Guys, I'm a video gamer. I can see a lot of stuff going on in these platforms that's ripped. And great that they do that. That's ripped straight from video games. So like the how you level up, how you unlock the cosmetics. And you're like, what do you mean by cosmetic? It's a dumb word we use in video games. It's something that looks really cool, but has no impact. So you could be riding around with a football helmet on, or you could be riding around with a big, I don't know, banana on your head. I'm just making up anything, guys. It's just a look, and it doesn't affect the aerodynamics. Some guys hate that, and that's just your choice. Like, you don't have to use that stuff, but you can. I like things that you have to do hard things for to unlock, and then everyone else can go, oh, yeah, he put in the time to do that. You know, like you could have like, I don't know, climbing jerseys. That would be really cool. You know, for every 100,000 meters, that jersey changes color. You know, like make them just like awesome jersey. Whatever, I don't know whatever the number is, guys. It's just, I'm just making up numbers on the fly here. Next race, guys, this is tomorrow. Thank you, Damon. Men's A, Stage 3, Silver City Crit, guys. 15 laps tomorrow. You can see here, ooh, it's got a nice little climb every lap too. A climb and a descent, a climb and a descent every time around. Dudes, get your legs in shape. They're going to be snapped apart tomorrow, guys. Every time around, you're going to be hitting those leg snappers, holding it across top, bombing down the backside. So dudes, if you're watching this, sign up, get in. You can sign up whenever you want. Just jump in. Jump in. I think they do it. Remember, guys, this is also your entryway to riding at the USA eSports National Championships, late January, very early February. That's your only way in. That's your only way in. You just can't sign up for it. You have to compete in one of these as a qualifier. So that's going to be tomorrow. Same time, guys, at 9 a.m. I think that's how we're doing it tomorrow. Pretty sure. So yeah, dude, back to Flocky. I started on Zwift. I rode Ruby. I rode my Whoosh. I actually did ride it when it was still Indy Velo. So guys, Training Peak Virtuals used to be Indy Velo. We all know that. I did ride it when it was Indy Velo, and I ride Bike Terra too. All the platforms do different things. Some are really better. Some are better at community. Some are better at the GPX route creation. Some you can't create your own routes at all. It's more, or you can. So like on Ruby, you can film your own routes with a camera. There's a time limitation. You can't create a route that quick. That's just the way it is because they have to go through and check the video out. It's a big process. Some of the other ones, you can create a GPX route in 1 minute, which I love. And I've got 3 of my own GPX routes, and it's not like I've even tried to make any more. I just made a couple of them. There's a video I did last week, this week, whatever you want to call it. Passo Gardena. You guys know it. It's a climb in the Dolomites. It's on my channel right now. It's built from a GPX route. So I rode it on one platform, went to Strava, pulled my GPX file, uploaded it to the other platform, rode it again. Guess what? Times were very, very close. I wanted to see what the difference was. Dude's back here now. We're watching Martin Coffey himself. Martin's really recovers well here. Heart rate 115. Dude, I look at my bike, my heart rate's higher than yours. Like, honestly. I always tell people the second I swing my leg over the seat tube, the top tube, my heart's 135 just by doing that. Dude, Flocky, you can do that. Flocky's saying, so yeah, Luke, dude, love your comments. So guys, pretty awesome here. We're back watching Luke again here right now. I said this guy rides just like me, and then he comments in the YouTube chat because I did have it close. I was messaging friends there in the background. I'm a bad boy, guys. And Luke says he'd ride. Dude, that just makes my day. It puts a big smile on my face, man. I love it. That's what cycling's all about. It's about community. Isn't that why we all started bike riding? To do hard stuff with other people. And Luke, this is a hard ride, dude. This is a hard ride. I wouldn't have picked this ride today myself. There's no way. If you heard me earlier, Luke, I have a GPX route I'm doing later from a friend that's in Scotland who, you know, has been supporting my channel forever. Thank you, Steven Cycles. And he says, hey, why don't you try this one out? It's 40K with maybe 300 meters of climbing. And I'm kind of like, ugh, this is going to kill me today. So yeah, Luke's here. Yeah, so Floggy's saying, I'd just like to try a Poggio or Mur de Huy. We know what those are. Mur de Huy. Simulation, not race. Dude, you can do that. Dude, you can do it. Easy. So, guys, depending on the platform, that's why I ride them all. They all do things just a little bit differently. And I'm not going to be harsh on any one of them. Some do certain things better than the others. I get it. Because they're doing other things better than those other ones. Dude, you can find those climbs. You can find those climbs on one of the platforms for sure. And sometimes it might just be the full climb. Sometimes it's a portion of the climb. A little bit of pop in here, just bouncing up to Will because he is up the road. So Flocky, you can do that. What I would do is I would just create my own. So that route I'm talking about that I rode GPX this week, it didn't exist on that platform. I went and found it somewhere else. In fact, I found it from my own ride on another platform. and I built it, and then I just rode it myself. There was no one with me. It was just me doing my own thing. So that's a video I did this week. Just take a look at the channel there and you'll see it. Like, guys, if you go to like, when you go to the channel, did I ride it live? Oh, that one I didn't ride live. I didn't ride it live. So if you want to see what's the most recent stuff, just go to lives. And that's going to be a library of all my live videos going back through time. That's how you find things. This one was a video. So always click on video. If you go to like suggested for you, it's just going to give you random stuff. If you want to see what's the most recent on, dude, this is any YouTube channel. You either click on videos and it'll show you them dating back through time, or lives dating back through time. The one I'm talking about, Passo Gardena, which is up in the Dolomites in northern Italy. This is a very famous climb I did this week. It's a GPX route. Guys, Will Harden here. Let's talk about him for a bit. I've been blathering on. 4 kilometers to the finish here. So he's just finishing the last bit of the downhill. Guys, this has actually been flying here. This has actually been flying now. Love it. Love it, guys. Really great job here. And man, I'm so impressed with the riders that showed up today to do this. Like, dudes, you just want to make me ride hard today. Like, the bike's here. I'm waiting. You guys can't see it all, but yeah, my bike is right here, guys. I got the big Backmaster over here. I put some Metallica on and rock. And I think I'll probably film it too. I'll record it because Steven Cycles was saying, I want to know how it looks, the GPX. Dude, it's going to look really good. I really like this one. It's one of my favorite platforms to ride right now. I feel a little bit sick actually right now. And I think I'm going to be staying home for the rest of the day. Hydrate, guys, hydrate. Martin Coffee here, guys. Purple bike with the green handlebar tape. Fluorescent green handlebar tape. Fluorescent seat and fluorescent seat post. Just kind of a strange look, dude. But I love it. Okay, here's Luke. Luke's, yes, dude. You're home free, brother. You are home free. This is such a good feeling here. Again, guys, when I'm doing stuff like this, and guys, like this is a hard ride. There's nothing easy about this ride here. I break it down. I'm like, you know what? I'm resting all down here. You know, I'd probably be doing just what Luke's doing, just doing a little bit of a pedal, keeping it on. And you know what, guys? If it wasn't for the fact that I get obsessed with my average power, you tell me if you're just the same. Because you know when you're coasting down this hill like you would in real life, you know your average power is going down the whole time. It just keeps trickling down, and you want your average power at the high. This is such a cycling thing, guys. You want your average power to be high at the end so everyone can go, oh, right? But as you're coasting downhill, is bringing your average down all the way. So all of us tend to do this. We do the little bit of a pedal downhill, even though I would probably not pedal down this hill at all in real life. I would just coast. But I find when I'm riding virtual all the time, yeah, the numbers. It's more about the numbers when I ride inside. Because that's what it's all about. It's about the numbers. 69.7 here for Martin Coffee, guys. He will be climbing back up into the snow again here. What time are we looking at, guys? It's currently 10 after 11. I can't believe we've been doing this for 2 hours and 10 minutes. 2 hours and 10 minutes now, guys. Will Harden on the front, guys. Here's that same style. This guy's a machine. This guy is an absolute machine here. Will Harden, where did you come from, bro? 330 watts, 65 RPM, heart rate 170. So yeah, if we bounce back here in a little bit, let's take a look at Martin's heart rate. Martin rocks a really low heart rate. And guys, this is just the way it is in cycling. There's nothing to be said, because some people get really protective. Like, you don't get to know what my heart rate is. Dude, it doesn't matter. You know, think of it being like a Dodge Cummins turbo diesel, where you're redlining at 2,500 RPMs. Think of like a VTEC Honda that'll rev out to 10,000 RPMs. Doesn't mean one's faster than the other. It just means they work different. That's it. I think it's just natural. Some of it's conditioning. But I'm telling you right now, guys, in the 8 years of cycling I've been doing, my heart rate's not really going down. I'm not waking up. My resting rate's about the same. My heart rate resting isn't 80 or 90. It's probably, when I'm like straight out of bed, it's probably in the 50s. It's not superb. It's not super low. It's just kind of maybe better than normal. Maybe just a little bit better than normal. but it's always rocked up around 190 when I'm going hard. But yeah, so Flocky, you can try any of those routes out, dude. It'd be so easy to find. Like, so Flocky, if I were you, and I'm like, and dude, there's nothing hard about doing this stuff. You don't really need to be good with tech, none of that stuff. There's a few things maybe. You got to be more of a techie to run a YouTube channel than ride these bikes inside. As long as you got a bike, a trainer, they all connect super easy. Flocky, I'll do some videos coming up. I do have some tutorial videos already for one platform. I'm probably going to do for all the platforms. Like, this is how you connect your stuff, guys. This is how easy it is. And I actually go through and I disconnect all my settings, my pairings, and I redo it all again live. I put the heart rate monitor on, connect it, beep it up, and it shows it connects to my heart rate monitor. And click, 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 and you're done. And you go. So yeah, dude, you just go on Strava. Dude, I can help you find them. I can help you find them. I would type Poggio, Strava segment, boom. It'll be someone's ride. It doesn't matter whose ride it is. You can download their GPX file. You download it. It comes as a little file. And then when you go to the GPX creator on most of these platforms, it'll say upload file. Click. You click on the file and you put it there. Okay, dudes, we got results coming in for the B class here. Tristan Knight as Will Harden crosses the 1 kilometer to go flares. Tristan Knight wins today, first place in B. Joe Meyer second, Wesley Bickler third, Morgan Owens in fourth, Jonathan Matthews fifth, Brent Sensenig, Mr. Destroy His Shoes, pedals, sixth place, Jason Drummond in seventh, Daniel Nujbauer eighth, and Merit Rate in ninth place. Love it, dudes. Nice job. Flocky says right here, man, cheers, dude. My New Year's resolution sorted. Dude, I love it. Dude, Flocky, you want to ride together sometime, dude? I will ride with you. I will ride with you. I promise. We can do this. Tell me what you want to do, when you want to do it, and we'll make it happen. Like I said, I'm riding all the platforms. On one of the platforms, guys, and I should just say the name, but who cares? Whatever. I just don't want to be whatever about any platform. I used to do weekly Tuesday, Thursdays, and Saturday rides. And people would join me and they loved it. Like, I'd make a little video, I'd have a little chit chat. I kept the Tuesday, Thursdays really chill so I could actually talk. I'm able to talk at like heart rate 170, 180 fairly easily still. It does hurt my performance, but yeah, dude, you just need to get a trainer. Get a trainer, get any bike. Do not go out and buy a $10,000 bike because you don't need it. Guys, I'm riding on a bike, a cyclocross bike. I love cyclocross. It was a new old stock bike. I think I picked it up for $1,200. You don't even need that. What you need to do is go on your local marketplace. You're free to buy, sell stuff online, and go buy a bike. Will Harden finishing nice, you guys. Again, look at him. 66 RPM, 330 watts. This guy has to be a time trialist to ride this consistently. That's what I'm guessing. Will, if you see this video, let me know. Drop a comment. Let me know. Yeah, dude. So you go online, buy a bike from some dude that thought he was going to be the next Tour de France winner. And then he realizes it's sitting in his garage and that cycling's really hard. But dude, once you're in it, you're in it. It's so addictive. It's so addictive. It kind of becomes your thing. Yeah, guys, a little slow-mo replay here of Will Harden crossing the finish line. First place in the A category. He's done 2 hours and 1 minute and about 20 seconds here. Boom, right through. 73.6 kilometers done. That's easily worth 6 pieces of pizza, guys. Easily. Martin Coffee coming next. And again, guys, love seeing this too. Look at this. Martin again, 290, 300 watts, 90 RPM. He's been doing this all day. On the climbs. Under a kilometer to go. 800 meters out. So, dude, yeah, you get your, get a bike. Again, don't waste a ton of money on a bike. You don't need it. You don't need an ultra lightweight bike because you're not really riding outside. You're riding inside, right? My cyclocross bike here is aluminum. Aluminum with a carbon fork. That's all it is, right? It's not ultra lightweight. My ultra lightweight bikes, I ride outside. They're over there. You just need something to ride inside. Like, you don't even need all the gears. You don't need all the you don't even need brakes. You don't need brakes because you're riding inside. You get a try to get a decent trainer. You can get some incredible deals on trainers right now. And guys, I do not ride this brand, but if I was to start over, I would tell anyone out there, go out and buy yourself a Wahoo Kicker Core. You can get those for like $400 roughly. They're on sale all the time. Really, really good trainer, good build quality. Is it the best? No. Will it simulate everything? No. But it does like 99% of everything. And there's a million of them out there. Trusted brand. Everyone knows them. And again, I don't even ride that brand. But I don't think you need to spend as much as I did to get the same thing, right? So I think a Kicker Core maxes out at 16% gradient. Mine maxes at 25. How many 25% gradients do I ride? None. How many times do I go above 16%? Once in a while for 30 seconds. It doesn't really affect anything. So then, get yourself a trainer. You already got the bike. Then you sign up for one of these applications. You don't need to go to the gym anymore because this will take over your life. So dude, Luke, Flocky, we're riding together at some point. We're doing it. We are doing it. Flocky, honestly, if you need any help with that stuff, just let me know. You can message me anytime. And we'll ride. I'd love to ride the Poggio with you. Guys, we know what that is. Guys, I'm butchering words today. The Poggio and the Cipressa. We could ride that together. The Mare de Huy. Dude, there's so many cool climbs you can ride. It's unbelievable. So, yeah, I daydream about riding all these climbs. And here we got Luke. Luke's special spotlight here for Luke. Luke will be wrapping up category year today. So far, we've got Will Harden done. Will did the time trial away effort. Martin had a really nice ride too, and Luke has got 3.3 Ks to go. He's just started the final climb of the day. Big day on the bike, guys. This is like a huge effort here. This is a lot of calories they burned here, guys. A lot. I don't know. Probably burning 700-800 calories an hour. So yeah, pizzas, here we go. Pizzas, here we go. And none of that pineapple on your pizza like Jojo always likes to get. I only eat that when I've eaten my pizza. We go out, we get 2 pizzas. We go into Calgary. There's a place called Atlas Pizza. I've been going there, dudes, since I was 13 years old. I'm old as the hills now. And it's a pizza place I used to go to after junior high school dances. It's still there. And if you're around the Calgary area, people say, hey man, where's the best pizza? People will always tell you Atlas Pizza. Always. Luke here is riding the giant frame set. He's got the disc brakes on. Doesn't have any fluorescent green handlebar tape though. So, Luke, style points dropping here real quick. Just joking, man. Yeah, Luke's got a nice setup here, man. And, I didn't know it's here. Wow. Luke is riding the Project Echelon gear. Dude, that's what I ride. So, dude, guys, if you don't know, so the Echelon Racing League is part of Project... Dude, exactly, Damon. Check that out. Dude, Damon, you're the best, man. You're the best. Damon, ZMS eSports. Check them out, brothers. If you need some coverage done, message Damon. Do it now, folks. I think Damon does a bunch of stuff, guys. So honestly, dudes, if you're looking for someone to do your e-stuff, give Damon a shout. You can message me or whatever. But yeah, so Project Echelon is a club on Training Peaks Virtual. That's the club I ride for when I'm on Training Peaks Virtual. This is their kit. Project Echelon is an actual continental level professional race team. Go on Pro Cycling Stats. That's your end all be all for anything cycling related, stats, riders, races, history. You'll find Project Echelon on there. You'll see all the riders. You can check them all out. That's where I did my research this morning on the Tour of the Gila. And yeah, like I said, I think it was 2024. It was Stites. Is it Stites? Tyler? Maybe something like that. I don't know. Won it in 2024. And I did follow these guys around Portugal last year. They did the Volta at Portugal, which again, I said looks like I think it's a 10 stager. It looks harder than a lot of the World Tour races. I think it's a 0.1 race. So guys, World Tour racing, 0.2, 0.1, Pro, World Tour. It's just the different types of teams that can show up. Sometimes they intermix. They intermix a lot. You'll see World Tour teams, pro teams, and sometimes even Conti teams mixing at the same races. At the Tour de France, you'll never see a Conti team. You'll see only World Tour teams and Pro Series teams. That's just how it's done. So the trainer and the app is the main expense. Yeah, dude. Yeah. So do not spend $5-6 grand on a bike. It doesn't matter. It does not matter at all. Just go get a used, decent road bike that fits you, that you like, that you may want to ride at some point. It's your trainer. But yeah, $400 you can get a Wahoo Kicker Core on sale somewhere at some point, and then you're gonna have a monthly cost or yearly if you go yearly of one of the cycling platforms. Flare's coming up for Luke here right now, just in the distance here. He's 1.3 kilometers out. Most of the platforms you're probably going to spend, I think Primo right now is maybe $24 a month. Some of the platforms you can get into as low as $6-10 a month, just depending on the platform, guys. I'm trying not to be too promotional for any platform here, just to keep it cool. I want to be unbiased. So yeah, dude, I'd say your number one expenses would be your trainer and then your bike. Dudes, I know guys that ride like trainers and they race strong on like kind of like a hybrid city bike, like a flat handlebar bike. It's not a racing bike. It doesn't matter. It honestly doesn't matter. The trainer is going to feel how hard you're pushing based on what you tell the trainer. You need to be honest about that. You need to put your weight in correctly and all that fun stuff. It turns your weight and your power into a speed. And, then the trainer, it needs to be a smart trainer. Don't forget, it needs to be a smart trainer. That's why I say a Wahoo Kicker Core. Again, I'm not promoting them. I know nothing about, I don't own one. Try to get a Wahoo Kicker Core is a wheel off trainer. They're more accurate. When you get really good and you get racing, you want a wheel off trainer because it's more realistic. Wheel off trainer. You take your back wheel off your bike, you put your chain on the cassette that's on the trainer, and so your trainer is kind of your rear wheel at that point. That trainer talks to the platform, right? Luke finishing nicely, or nice finish, Luke. Look at Luke finisher, guys. Over 400 watts, pushing nicely. Yeah, Luke, this is how I finished too. Same kind of cadence. Ooh, I just saw a quick, I think Luke might have had a slight disconnect there, it looked like. Everything just kind of dropped out for a second. That's one of the hard things with boat riding inside. You can't have little mechanicals like that, as I call them. You might have your internet blip at home. Your Bluetooth just kind of blips between your trainer and your platform. Everyone in your family, your young family, your kids, they're all using the internet at the exact same time. And the internet goes zzz. Yeah, dude, you realistically spend the same on your trainer as you do on a bike and you'd be set like, $400 or $500 on trainer. You could pick up a used road bike somewhere for $500. I guarantee it. Guarantee it. Then, if you really want a nice bike to ride outside, then you go buy one. But honestly, you spend $3 on a bike. It's a good chunk of money. Spending 12 grand isn't going to make you that much faster. Like it's not. You're better off to take that 9 grand and go on a vacation and enjoy yourself. That's what I'd say. Versus all that money on a bike that you're going to be like 0.1 mile an hour faster for 30 miles and then no one cares about. Luke finishing it up now, guys. Here we go, dudes. Luke, awesome job, dude. I'll be looking for Luke on Training Peaks Virtual. I'm going to send him a friend request. Actually, I should be doing that to everyone. Luke's done, guys. Nice job. Luke, awesome job. So Luke was out there for 2 hours and 11 minutes, and that's a friggin' workout, guys. That is a friggin' workout. Crosses the finish line here, rolling 33, 34K an hour. So just over 20 miles an hour there, guys. Dudes, that was fun. That was an effort. Yeah, man, I've been on YouTube way too long today. Checking out for tomorrow, guys. Silver City Crit. Don't forget, this is tomorrow. Tomorrow. And if you want more cycling coverage, you can check my channel out. I'm doing some outside cyclocross coverage beforehand. Take a quick break. We come back. We're going to smash this out with the hitters tomorrow. Dudes, it's going to be such a blast. Really looking forward to doing it. And I got to thank Damon for all his help. and Eric and Frank for setting me up to do this. They just reached out to me, and I kind of said I do it. This is a funny story, guys. I kind of said, yeah, man, I'll do it. And then it was like, oh, but wait a second. Hey, Colin, we got someone else that... And it was kind of weird. I'm like, of course, yeah, bring him in. Let's bring him in. It's only getting better every week, guys. It's only getting better. Damon makes this way better than how I do it by myself. All the extra graphics, all the extra fun stuff. So big shout out to Damon for helping me out here. I just do the chitter chatter, guys. Yeah, Luke saying thanks. See you tomorrow. Yeah, Luke, take it easy, bro. Recover, eat that pizza, and chill out today. Kick the legs up. You don't have to do nothing for the rest of the day. Don't be doing any housework or putting things together at home, opening all those Amazon boxes like I have to. Okay, dudes, I'm going to jump real quick here today. We know we got Silver City tomorrow. We start at the same time, 9 a.m. Mountain Standard Time. It's 11 on the East Coast, 10 Central, 8 Pacific, and wherever you are in Europe, it's whatever that time is, 7-8 hours ahead, mostly UK and Central Europe time. Dudes, I'm out of here. Thanks for watching. I'm gonna go hit my bike now. Colin, Inside Cycling World, Damon, ZMS Esports Studios, Echelon Racing League, USA Cycling, SIS, everyone here, guys. Thanks for watching. We'll see you soon. Thanks, guys.